Hello, everybody. Welcome back to We Watch the Movie. I'm Mike,
I'm Jay.
and we are the Jackson 2.
Let's take our panties off and get crazy like Elon Musk rocket ship, and we'll all blow up early. That'll happen. That happens to me every time. It just blows up early.
It happens to the best of us. I've seen it happen to you because, and it was in my mouth.
Yeah, it just you get excited.
Yeah,
but we learned a lot, ladies and gentlemen. It wasn't a failure. We learned a lot.
The best there is at what I do.
I do like Elon Musk, but that was dumb as fuck though. He was like, "Yeah, we learned a lot." He goes, "It was all playing. I meant to do that shit."
Yeah,
I was like, "That shit cost like $3 billion or some shit." I think I don't know what it cost to send that bitch up.
Man, that just I didn't even know anything about it. I just turned on the news and they were like, SpaceX rocket ship explodes, and I was like, "Oh no!" And then they're like, "Nobody was inside of it." And I was like, "Oh, okay."
Oh, I wish I had that kind of disposable income. Like, man, I don't give a shit. It's whatever. I'll buy another one. He acted like he overclocked a Toshiba stereo. I was like, it's no big deal.
Yeah, well, if you break it, you buy it. And that's what happens when you don't eat your vegetables.
Yeah.
And he doesn't look like he eats his vegetables. He looks like he eats human.
Dude, I listened. I watched him. I watched that recent interview that he did with Tucker Carlson. Dude, he's like, I mean, he's smart as fuck. You could obviously tell he's smart, but dude, goddamn, he's like an alien. Like, there's something like when he talks, like
his smile's upside down.
I feel like he's from a parallel Earth or some shit. I don't know. I feel like he's in on it with the government. And I don't know. Maybe he is an AI. He's always warning everybody about AIs. Maybe he is an AI, and he's like fucking Skynet sent from the future to like make sure to make us all scared of AI, and then we fall into the trap of the AI. I don't know. It's like some weird plot.
Have you ever seen him with his shirt off?
Yeah, I did see somebody called him big tits or something. I don't know what he said, but he was like, "Well, that just motivates me to lose weight. That didn't do anything."
He's doing that on purpose. That was a fake suit because he didn't want anybody to feel bad. I mean, he looks like a normal guy with a shirt off. What is he, like 60 or something?
I don't know how old he is.
He's like old. He doesn't actually look that bad with his shirt off, but it's just weird to see like someone prominent, just like fat on the beach,
Well, he was all he was pasty and he was overweight, which is what it is. But he was just like, it just motivates him to lose weight, which usually people are going, "Oh, that's the best you're gonna say. You're not gonna get all mad." He's like, "No, bitch, I got more money. I can buy your family over 3 times. Like, I don't give a shit."
It is weird though what he's doing with Twitter because like there's a bunch of people that like he only bought Twitter because he needed friends, and it's funny because like whenever I go on Twitter, I literally muted him, like because I was sick of like because every time we got like some fight about something or he's being a smart ass or making a terrible joke or whatever. I don't care either way, but no matter what I do, I still see his tweets. Like Twitter's like, "Hey, Elon Musk tweeted today." I'm like, "I've told you I don't care."
It's like that.
He said it, he wants everyone to see what he says.
Who's that guy that when you sign up for MySpace and he was your first friend? Tom. It's like Tom. He's always there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Tom. Yeah.
But he was like friendly. He was just silent and he was just in the background, like, "Hi," like the little paperclip on like Microsoft Excel that used to just like pop in and be like, "How you doing today?" As my only friend at my temp job that I was at. Little paperclip would pop up and I'd be like, "Hey, paperclip, nobody else here talks to me." That paperclip was happy.
I wonder what ever happened to that dude.
The paperclip?
Tom guy.
Oh, Tom? I think he's still like in tech or something, or maybe he retired or I don't know. He was just like a supporting, like, "Hey, I'm Tom."
Yeah, but I'm sure he must have sold MySpace. I mean, I'm sure he got a huge fucking buyout of that.
Out of that, or he wrote it to the end. Clippy, yeah, it was called Clippy, Tomo.
Oh yeah, true. Clippy.
And then they had a cat. There was a cat too. The cat was nice. That was
nice. Oh yeah, dude. That Clippy was a fucking asshole, dude. Because you'd be like trying to do something you don't need his goddamn help. You're like, "Hey, I'm gonna help your kids." And you're like, "Shut up! I know how to turn the fuck. I know where the start button is." He's like, "Do you know where the start button is? It's down there."
He was the bright spot of my day. I had a tip job. Like I always say, and from Wayne's World, it's like, let's just say I had an extensive collections of name tags and hairnets. Yeah. I had a temp job for like 6 weeks, and like they just put you in this office in this factory, and like it was just data entry. But everybody like hated you because they were all like actually working and shit, and you're just sitting on a little stool in the corner. So nobody talked to me, and Clippy was my only friend. So I love that clip. That's my favorite clip.
That's good stuff
of all time. Oh, I didn't have the sound on though, so he didn't annoy me with his voice.
I thought you didn't have the sound on with us. It's like we've been talking this whole time and no one's heard us.
I'm just talking to myself. It's fine. Hey, we're gonna talk about Evil Dead Rise today, and if you've not seen it, you should get out. You should go home because this is not a place for you. We're gonna ruin it for you. There's not actually a lot to ruin. I mean, I can tell you the plot of the movie and exactly what happens, and you'd be like, "That's what I expected." But still.
Yeah, I watched it, man. I got to be honest with you, man. I'm not like I didn't hate it. Don't get me wrong. I just don't think it was like I feel like I was a little bit underwhelmed. A little bit.
Give us your whole spoiler-free review first before we talk about it, because I do want to know like what you thought about it.
The whole so basically there's an evil book and there's demons that come out that shit, and then it takes over an apartment building and they gotta stop that shit, and then a lot of nasty shit happens, and then the movie ended.
Mm-hmm. Spot on.
But you know, so the idea is like it does follow the same kind of thematic approach that the remake had, not the original Evil Dead. It follows that same kind of theme, but at the same time, the original, in my opinion, I think the remake was done far better. I feel like it was like better paced. It had a better atmosphere to it. I think the actors in the 2013 Evil Dead was even better casted. I'm not saying they were bad in this movie at all. I just feel like this movie was like watered down Evil Dead in some regards. I don't know. I didn't hate it. I'm sounding like I hated it. I didn't. I feel like it was really good in parts, and then it was really shitty in parts. And then there was one particular scene at the end when I was like, that's corny as fuck. Like that shit looked like a real Ghostbusters like ghost. You know what I'm talking about?
It's not one or two scenes that you're.
What's the elevator? It's the elevator scene. What's in the movie in the parking garage? Not the very, very end, but the end of the movie when the girl's running, and the shotgun.
The
wood chipper. Yeah, that shit was like that shit looked like I was like I've seen that episode of Real Ghostbusters before. It looked like one of the things that came with like the Ecto-1.
I actually like that part just because we'll just get into spoilers now because like that's what it's on the title. But like. Yeah, at the end, I was actually thinking like halfway through the movie, dude. I was like, okay, we have the book, okay, we have the demons, okay, we have this, we have that, and we have the gross stuff and all that. And I was thinking like, this is just like it's just hitting all the notes, and that's great. But I was like, eventually, at some point, this movie is gonna have to do something to separate itself. They're gonna have to add to the universe. So when those fucking googly ganglies started putting themselves inside of each other like a fucking muffin, like a protein loaf in prison, I was like, I got
the shit out of it.
I like that because I was like, that's cool. That's something Evil Dead's never done before. And I mean, it did feel real Ghostbusters, but I thought like in a positive way. Personally.
I thought it was cool while they were doing it. I was like, oh, this is gonna be gnarly as fuck. And then it just turned out to be a goddamn fucking spider looking thing with three faces. It's like look like goddamn Sphinx. No, I was probably supposed to inspire fear or something, and I was just like, that's goofy. Like, that's corny as fuck, but it is what it is. I mean, it was cool, I guess, because I'd never seen that in an Evil Dead movie before. But there are some things, Jim, that you just can't try out. There are just some things that don't fly, and I feel like that's one of them. But overall, like, I feel like I mean, there were some cool moments. Here's also the other thing. The 2013 remake felt like it showed more on screen, like some of the more gnarly kills. It showed it. In this one, there was a lot of cutaways. Like you knew it happened. Like, because at the very beginning of the movie, I was like, oh shit, this is going to get nasty when that girl fucking scalps her when she pulls her ponytail. I'm like, God damn. I was like, because I hate scalping. I can't stand scalping. I can watch somebody kill a little kid all day with like a fucking cleaver or something, but I can't see scalping. I can't do it. And so I was like, okay, we're going to get somewhere with this. And then it goes, and then you have another kill where it's kind of like the cheese grater scene was great, but then it was like, yeah, but it kind of looked like a light burn on her leg. It just didn't. I don't know. I feel like I needed more gore, and I didn't get it. And I'm usually the one like, I'm good on the gore, but I just feel like it just wasn't enough.
Yeah, I think that was the thing. Like, I think the trailer showed too fucking much, and I didn't think that until I saw the movie because I was like, that's just a great fucking trailer. I saw the trailer 1,000 times, and then you go see the movie and all that shit's in there, but like they really gave away a lot of stuff. Like I honestly, I really envy the people who, and we can't do it because we do this for a living, like we have to cover that shit. But like when we retire or are fired or are canceled by the internet, I will be that guy who stops watching trailers because that fucking movie, dude. Like if I had, and I said this, if for the people who didn't watch the trailer before they went to see it, I bet they walked out of that movie going fucking slack-jawed. Like, holy shit. But seeing it in the trailer, and then they cut away. Like, you think, okay, they showed the cheese grater in the trailer. You think it's going to get in there and be like, oh, fuck yeah. Like, they think they're going to.
I thought it was going to be really nasty.
It was quick and over with. The cheese grater was a little bit of a disappointment. And then the wine glass was nasty, but in the trailer.
It was gross, I guess, but it wasn't even like I've seen that shit at a magic show before. A guy that eats glass. It wasn't even that scary. I was like, bitch, you eating glass. It's good fiber right here. But then on top of that, like the scene in I'm gonna make a lot of comparisons here with the 2013 Evil Dead because I feel like you have to. In the 2013 Evil Dead, when the girl's like cutting her face up in the shower, that's more fucking gnarly, and it was more like freaky when she was like sawing her fucking face than the girl eating fucking glass. It just looked like a drunk after hours that was eating wine, a wine bottle, because they wanted that last touch of wine.
The neck was fucking gross. That got me. But again, there was no more to the neck than there was in the trailer. And I like the movie. Like I did, there's a bunch of shit I did like about it, but like I'm with you on the stuff you didn't like. What would you give it overall? I gave it an 8 out of 10.
I gave it a 7.5.
Yeah, those are pretty close in the same.
Yeah, I just, like I said, I mean, it's a solid entry. I do like, so they introduced in this movie, they did introduce a new book, which I do think that's cool. And if you actually read an interview with the director, he says it's actually there's 3 books of the Necronomicon, and he talked to Sam Raimi. He's like, one's in your universe, an Army of Darkness, and then the other one was in Fede's 2013's Evil Dead, and then he wanted the 3rd book in his movie, and that's why it's different. It's not even called the Necronomicon Ex Mortis. It's called the Necrodumatakodo or some shit. I don't even know the name of it. But it was a cool looking fucking book, and I was like, and it's kind of cool how they're setting it up for a 3rd one where maybe all 3 books are used in a third, or yeah, I guess it would be a 3rd film in this remake trilogy. Triumvirate. Yeah, well, it's also cool. I mean, there is a Bruce Campbell cameo. I think the director said he before it was announced that Bruce Campbell was having anything to do with it, he was going to give a fan $50 because he was so.
Yeah, he did too.
Yeah, he was so secure that it was well hidden, but it's in the recordings. You can hear Bruce Campbell scream out in the recordings as a priest. And
question about that. Like the whole time, I knew that was supposed to be him, but
it was hard to tell.
He was doing that Irish voice or whatever, or like what was that? Was that Italiano?
No, he yells out that it's called the Book of the Dead or Book of the Dead for a reason. He's one of the opposing priests.
Yeah. I was like, damn, Bruce Campbell can voice act. That didn't sound like him at all.
No, that wasn't him at all. No, that guy that was speaking was the guy that was like, we could use the book for the good of the mankind. Here's some guys like, it's called the Book of the Dead for a reason. I wish they had put in something like asshole, but they didn't. And it was actually cool that and the director of this movie of Evil Dead Rise was right. He's like, if you think about it, because of the Ash Williams time travel antics, it's very possible that he went back to 1923, or I think that's when the tapes were made, or the records, and he was back there trying to warn these assholes about the Book of the Dead.
I like that.
Well, that's how they could bring it into a third movie, because a lot of people want to see Ash Williams one more time. Of course, you're always going to want to see him, but have the girl from the first 2013 Evil Dead, this girl, and then Ash Williams team up to fight whatever the 3 books combine. With your powers combined, Captain Planet comes out kind of situation.
Yeah. So the opening, you talked about the opening a little bit. Yeah. That fucking title card went so fucking hard, dude. When she was like, oh, so hot. And it was like, I was pumped. I was like, this is going to be the greatest movie.
Dude, that's how I would feel if I ever did cocaine for the first time. I would feel like that. I would rise out of the waters and levitate. I'm probably sure it's not, but I'm just saying I might do that. But yeah, that was really cool. You know what it reminded me? I know it's not like that. But you know the poster on Dawn of the Dead where it looks like it's there was a trailer, Dawn of the Dead, the original Dawn of the Dead. It looks like it's rising up behind that, like Dawn. That's what it reminded me of. It was fucking cool as shit. I did like that.
It was punk rock as fuck, and it was weird how the movie wrapped back around to that too. So someone said, like, I think I saw someone on Twitter today say that, like, the director said something about he wouldn't mind going back to the cabin setting and having it wrap around and start at the beginning of that, something like that. I don't know for sure. This is secondhand. I actually don't think they should go back to the cabin setting. I actually don't think that the high rise was all that different of a setting because they were still fucking claustrophobic.
It kind of reminded me of a Wish.com quarantine. Like, I'm not saying, but I'm saying Quarantine did it way better. If you watch Quarantine, that shit fucking made you claustrophobic as fuck.
I'd say I would say
Quarantine.
I never saw Quarantine.
No, it was Wreck. It was Wreck. Yeah, but Quarantine and Wreck's the same. I didn't think Quarantine's the American version. Yeah, right.
Yeah, I never watched it. Wreck fucked me up though.
I think that's what I'm talking about. Wreck.
Yeah, that would be a better high rise film. But yeah, I think, dude, did you notice how fucking dark the movie was too? It was really dark. Like,
Mike, we don't need to bring race into this stuff. Jesus Christ, dude. There's plenty of representation in the movie.
Actually, I'll say, what, there wasn't enough darkness. How about that?
I saw too many black people in the film. I couldn't take it.
In the theater, actually, I was upset.
No, it was. I hate. By the way, I know exactly. I hate when they do that with movies. Like, I get that you're trying to go for a dark, intense atmosphere, but I gotta fucking see.
Well, I thought this, but the cinematography was really fucking pretty. It was just dark. Like, and I think that was on purpose, but like, it was pretty though. Like, they did certain shots that I was like, damn, it was just like her leaning over the tub or something. Like, nothing crazy was happening. I was just like, that shit's pretty. And they did the De Palma shot a couple times, and that was in the trailer too. But she's like, I just want to lick your butts or something.
Yeah,
I just
sign me up.
Lick my kid's butt.
It's like, I don't think that she's possessed. I'll need a few minutes with her. Well, you know, it was, I don't know. I know that directors do that sometimes to create more of a panic-inducing type of moment. But it's like being in like a haunted house, or like in a Disney World ride, and you're trying to take fucking pictures. It's dark as shit, and your phone is just like, what the goddamn were you taking a picture of? A stump? I was like, no, it's supposed to be the Pirates of the Caribbean ride, but all you can see is like arms halfway in and out of the darkness. But yeah, well, I didn't want to turn the flash on. But yeah, it was like that. I don't like that too much. But yeah, it was shot well. And again, I feel like it was a strong performance. And I feel like Evil Dead fans will like it, except for that asshole that got mad at South by Southwest. I think that's what it was.
I watched it and I wondered, like, I was like, I wonder what that dude's fucking problem was.
You know what? I don't know if he was doing it for real or if he was just joking, or he was trying to be like a smartass and like he was just like a joke, and then it would like backfired on him.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, I've got to ride this wave out."
Yeah, and at that point, you're like, "I already fucked up. I guess I might as well keep running from the cops. I got warrants. Fuck it." But yeah, but no, I feel like most Evil Dead fans will like it, especially if you like the 2013 Evil Dead. But you're right, man. 100%. Way too much shown in the trailer. Way too much fucking shown. Mm-hmm. Like they could have kept a lot of that stuff hidden, and it would have been like, "Holy shit, that's a bad." Like the one where she's climbing out of the tub and screaming. That would have been way more effective if they had not put that in the trailer, because that would have been like, God damn, that bitch is screaming. Like that was kind of freaky.
Yeah. Oh, what about the loudness of it, dude? Was your theater loud as fuck? I love that because that's a Sam Raimi staple. Like he did that in Drag Me to Hell. I'll never forget the first time I saw Drag Me to Hell, and I was sitting there, I was like, this shit's fucking loud, and like it's actually messing with me. When they did the Dead by Dawn scene specifically, I was like, okay, we're doing the Dead by Dawn thing again. I get that. But like when it like they just said it a couple times, and the last guy was like, Dead by Dawn. And I was like, oh fuck, that got me.
J.G. Wentworth. I don't know. Yeah, it was cool, by the way. It was cool to see the Deadeye in what was her name? The main character's name.
Alyssa Sullivan, I think is
no, not the actress's name in the movie. Ellie. Ellie, she runs out of the apartment and starts killing the other patrons, and she gives no fucks. That was kind of cool to see. It was actually really different. You could see her. It was kind of funny too, because you could see her running back and forth through the peephole. Because the girl kept looking at it, as you see her chasing somebody and then going back the other way and then chasing somebody. That was pretty cool. I think that was pretty dope.
We just watched Cable Guy. By the way, Patreons. That's the surprise. That's the Patreon commentary of the month. It came in second last place, and we filmed it in person together. So I'm putting that up this week for sure. But we just watched Cable Guy, and that's the scene it reminded me of, because it's in the door hole, and she's just like. That was freaky though. Like when she was like she was like, "Do it for Mom and Dad."
No, it's like, Mom, you're drunk.
But that scene was awesome because like it kept it in view. It sat there, and then the fucking little kid tried to run by, and it was like, "Get the fuck back!" That kid would fly. Dude, the whole theater cracked up.
I thought one scene when she walks back in front of the people, and somebody shoots her with a gun. I started laughing, and then that guy got disemboweled. I was like, but you just see the gunshot come out of nowhere. It was funny as fuck to me. By the way, you did lead me astray. There were plenty of jump scare in this. Plenty of jump scare. There was. Well, that's a horse shit fucking answer right there.
No. By the way, Jay asked me before he went to see it, because he saw it after. He was like, "Is there a lot of jump scares?" He was like, "No, there's not a lot of jump scares in that." I didn't think there
was. You don't like me. Yeah. Well, I think it's just because of the goddamn. Dude, I actually was nervous. I went on Reddit and was like, "How do you get over like getting jump scared in horror movies?" Then people were like, "Well, what you got to do, man, is you just got to go and look how they made the movie and just realize it's fantasy." I was like, "Well, that's good for you."
You Googled it.
I went on Reddit, dude. I was seeing how people got over it, like, and I can't get over it. And then people are like, "Oh, if you just read the plot, go on Wikipedia and just read the entire plot so you know what's coming." And I was like, didn't work.
Well, normally you use old fucking Sam Adams to get you through it.
Oh yeah, not Sam Adams. Old
Bud Light.
Michelob's. Old Michelob's.
But you saw it today, so I know you didn't. So you wouldn't.
No, yeah, I was gonna go to Applebee's and get a beer, and I was like, "Fuck," because the thing about Applebee's is that the thing about Applebee's is I don't know how their policy is anymore. Because when Mike and I went in there one time to get fucking beer, they're like, you gotta order some food now if we're gonna serve you any more alcohol. I'm like, this is bullshit. I just want to drink.
I've had a thimble. I've had a half. Your Brutuses aren't the size they used to be. This was like a beer and a half. And it was,
plus I didn't know. Yeah, I was desperate, dude. I was like, I almost just like went and got a 6-pack and just drained it in the car before I went in. And then I was like, well, then I'd be really fucking toasted before we even started filming.
See, the opposite of me. I won't go see movies I won't go see horror movies drinking if I can help it, because like I'm like, fuck me up, Greg. Fuck me up. And you're like, no.
That's good for you. I mean, I get envious of people that like that kind of shit. I just don't like it, but I will do it because it's weird. Like, it's like a fascination. Like, like a scab hurts, but you keep picking at that bitch. You don't know why, but you keep doing it.
I actually view. I wish it still scared me. Well,
it's funny, dude, because alcohol goes the other way with me. If I go into a horror movie that's extremely fucking scary, it'll burn through that shit like looking into the sun. Like, I might be drunk at first, but it's so scary it burns through all of my drunkenness and gets right to the core of the soul, and then I'm fucked. And now I got a hangover and I'm scared. But no, it wasn't that bad. Like, as far as fear goes, it really wasn't like a super duper scary movie. There are a few jump scares in my opinion. If you guys come here, there are some people that probably haven't seen the movie. You guys are just coming here to find out whether or not it's something you'd be interested in. But if that concerns you at all, I feel like there's a few jump scares but they're pretty obvious because the music cues picks up, and and they're kind of like, oh, someone's standing behind you and you turn around, they're like, ah, it's kind of like that. But that's pretty much the extent of it.
And by the way, for you guys who are super chatting right now, as soon as we get done talking about just running through the initial, we're going to go back through all the super chats and talk about all the stuff you guys want to talk about. So keep super chat. It's not that we're not going to not answer. We are going to answer them. We're just going to get through the initial round first, then go back to it. But because I want to know what you guys think about it as well.
Oh, by the way, did you pick up the other Bruce Campbell cameo? There's 2.
I did not.
Okay, so the second one, there's no way. Well, there's no way anybody could have got it. Like, there's no way. That scene where she bites the guy's eyeball out.
Yeah.
That was Bruce Campbell crunching on an apple.
Oh, so it was just his voice?
Oh, yeah, it was just the sound effect was Bruce Campbell loudly eating an apple. That's what the director was like. He's like, I put that in there because Bruce was like, I got a good idea for a sound effect. He was like loudly crunching the apple.
He looks like he would eat apples annoyingly. Like, no offense to Bruce Campbell, but he looks like the kind of guy who would loudly eat an apple. So that actually makes a lot of sense to me. I didn't like that scene, by the way. That was one of the scenes I didn't like.
What?
Like, I love the callback. Yeah, I love the callback to Sam Raimi because that's just a staple in his movies. The eyeball specifically dragged me to hell. But like, I just thought that scene was kind of corny. Like, she goes after him and she's like, I, and then like coughs it up and it flies across the room into that dude's throat. And he's like, oh, yeah. And I just thought that, like, I just don't think the gag was actually executed that well. Like, it felt kind of like forced a little bit to me.
Well, I feel like they were trying to go for a dark comedy vibe in that moment, and it just didn't work. I don't know. It fell flat.
I think the best dark comedy of the movie was absolutely the hallway doorbell scene that we were talking about when she gets shot and she just fucking goes.
Which I don't know if that was meant to be on purpose or people were just like that was supposed to be truly terrifying, and we just took it like funny.
I want to say it was on purpose, and there was 2 scenes. So the first time I saw it, there wasn't a lot of people like in the theater or whatever. But like when I took MJ to see it the second time, and it was on Sunday, and it was pretty packed. And that scene specifically in the hallway, because this crowd was like they were into it, like they were talking and yelling at the screen, but like not in an annoying way, like in a fun, like oh shit kind of way. And like it's such a loud movie, the talking doesn't really bother you. But like when she got shot and when she falls back into the bathtub, when she raised up, and she's like, oh, I'm gonna whatever she said, like I'm gonna eat your souls, whatever. And she just went, oh, and like fell back into the water.
Yeah,
there was this fucking dude. He goes, ah! He was fucking dying. The whole theater laughed just because the dude laughed so hard. But it was a fun ride to see with the right audience for sure.
I feel like again, and I know it's gonna. I sound like I'm bitching about the movie, and maybe I am to a certain degree, but it is a good movie. I just want to reiterate that it is a good movie of the Evil Dead franchise. I just feel like hyperbole. Yeah, well, I also feel like it was overhyped. I don't know. Maybe there was like it felt like hyperbole. Yeah, I felt like there was like a I don't know. I feel like 2013's Evil Dead was so well done and so well, that it paid such a great homage to the original Evil Dead. I felt like I was expecting this to kind of be in the same way, and it really wasn't. And that was my fault for going in with expectation. You shouldn't do that if you're going to go see this movie. But I I feel like it. To be honest, dude, I know we're gonna do the ranking tonight, but this one's gonna fucking fall low.
You know, but that the weird thing about that is that that's not a bad thing for this franchise, because the franchise, all 5 movies are fucking good. So like you could equally say, and I'm still not 100% sure where I'm going to land it, but like you could equally say this is the worst Evil Dead movie in the franchise, and also say it fucking rocked the shit. And you're telling the truth in both ways, because it's like all 5 movies are fucking pretty great.
Yeah, I like to rock the boat too.
Yeah, I like to.
But you know what? By the way, I was gonna say,
when I'm feeling squirrely in my butt.
Yeah, there's something. Evil Dead. No, never mind. That's a ranking thing. I was gonna say we're not gonna put the Evil Dead versus Ash in there, because I remember all 3 seasons, but you haven't seen all of them.
Well, I've seen most of it, but I can't, it's been so long I can't remember where I left off on.
Then we won't do it, because it's hard to do it though, because if we do that, you'd have to put the seasons in.
Yeah, I'd rather go back and check that out first. But like, I got pissed because they canceled it, and I was like, oh, I'm just not gonna fucking finish it right now because I was so mad. And I never went back and finished it. I need to do that though.
Dude, there was an asshole on Reddit because I was going through and I was looking for spoilers, as I do. Before I go see a movie, because I'd already gone and read Wikipedia, but I wanted the real fucking breakdown. And I went on Reddit, and so I was like, stay after the post credits because Evil Ash shows up. And I was like, God, that's cool.
Looking up fucking spoilers.
No, but he didn't show up. And then people were calling him out because I read the replies, and like, you fucking asshole. And he's like, ha. I was like, man, that would have been badass if Evil Ash from Army of Darkness had shown up at the end of that movie or after the credits roll. Ooh-wee. Talking about sending that, I would have given it another point.
That would have been amazing. That would have been amazing for sure. Dude, and like overall, talking about like the good, like we're saying, we're not saying it's a bad movie. Just talking about the good stuff about it. Fucking Alyssa Sutherland was a badass, dude. Like she was. If this movie had an Ash, I guess in 2013, the Ash character would have definitely been Jane Levy, and the other girl was great too. Like I had no problems with either actress. Like the 2 leads. Like I thought they were great. Yeah. I'm looking up her name now because their names are so close. Lily Sullivan is the guitar tech. And Beth, and Alyssa Sutherland's Ellie. But Alyssa Sutherland, as great as they both were, Alyssa Sutherland, man, she is just different. Like there's certain people that are like, I'm having a hard time not looking at you now. And she was so fucking good, I thought, both as herself and as a Deadite. Like, and she said, I think that she got inspiration from Jim Carrey's The Mask, which totally makes sense. But the real question is, did you think she was semi-hot as a Deadite? Because I've heard a lot of people out there, a lot of these weirdos on the internet been saying, hey, I would kind of throw it to her as a Deadite.
Well, obviously my VPN doesn't work.
Your take.
My VPN doesn't work. So it wasn't. I would have to go. Yes.
Creams and sobs.
There's Ace Ventura. Yes. Yeah. She's an Australian model. And she was in like a couple. I looked her up. She was in like The Mist. I thought it was in the movie, and then April was like, "No, she was." Yeah, it was the show. And I'm like, I never watched that shit. But she, I never seen her before. But she had a very unique look about her. It's like her, and I mean this in the best way. It's like her eyes were set too far apart, but it was like in a cute way. I don't know. Like she had I don't know. Yeah, it was just weird. It's like I was looking in. It's like if Katy Perry dressed up as a fucking alien, you'd fuck the shit out of that. You know what I mean? Like. Remember that E.T. song when she's all fucking weird looking in the E.T. with Kanye West?
Yeah. Tell me what's next, alien sex.
Yeah, I would have some. We could have squid babies. That's okay.
As a non-Deadite, she's an absolute fucking knockout.
I think non-Deadite, I thought that her sister was way better looking. Beth.
Oh, really? Really? That's an interesting take. I would disagree, but I'd have no qualms with either. At all. I personally though, the old guy with the white hair and the beard smoking a cigarette is like, well, see you later. I would definitely sleep with that guy.
Yeah, he definitely make you feel safe at night. And then
he's the kind of guy is going to keep a good job.
He'll crack open a blue ribbon with you too. By the way, it was funny. I was watching with my wife, and she's like, "Is that William Shatner?" It's like, no, it's not William fucking Shatner. I was like, that would have been a hilarious cameo if William Shatner had been that dude that lived across the hallway.
That would have been hilarious.
I would have been like, holy shit, it's William fucking Shatner. But no, it wasn't. But yeah, it's weird. Beth though, the girl, she looks. There's one scene. She looks like. At first, I thought the other girl did. Her sister. What the fuck's her name? Beth? No, Beth. No, I'm talking about Beth. What's her sister's name that gets Deadite situations? Ellie. Ellie looked like Elizabeth Banks, but actually Beth looks like Elizabeth Banks the more that you look at it.
they feel like sisters. That relationship was actually like, well, that didn't end up mattering for the most part in the end. I mean, I guess there was some sort of a subplot going on or whatever, but like, and we'll talk about comparisons more when it gets to 2013. But this was supposed to be like 2013. And that's kind of what I said to you. Like, it felt like 2013 as far as like the mood, but every once in a while, it wouldn't go all the way to Evil Dead 2, but it did throw in a little bit of spice for Evil Dead 2. It just, to me, it's the movie that least left its own mark. Like, it was good, it was great, it was a fucking splatterhouse gore horror movie, but like as far as the Evil Dead movies go, and I'm not saying it's my least favorite, I haven't decided yet. I'm gonna decide like on the spot, but like it did have it. It was.
You sound like the worst fucking patron guy at a bar. If I'm like, what do you want? I'll decide on the spot. I don't know yet. Let me look.
Yeah. Oh, that's and then you end up ordering something you didn't even want, and then you panic order. That's the worst in the world.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But dude, as far like, dude, how cool is it? Like, this movie was supposed to go to fucking TV,
streaming.
It was supposed to go to streaming, and then it was so fun that they put it in theaters. We got to experience it that way, and then on top of that, just the amount of blood, the amount of gore. I love the fucking the elevator scene. That was cool. Like when it filled up with blood or whatever.
Oh yeah, it was very Shining.
And the reason I think they cut away so much is because it was fucking kids. Like, that was the weird part for me. Like, when I watched 2013 and you're watching that blonde asshole who caused everyone's death, because I'm gonna read it. Like, you could kind of like when they're getting fucked.
The guy
up,
that looks like he's a barista at Starbucks that's an asshole to everybody.
Yes. When you're watching them get it that way, it's like, ha, you fucking deserve it. I don't really care. But when it's happening to kids, I'm like, I can't enjoy it in the same way. Like, I'm not saying they shouldn't have done it. I'm not complaining about it. It's a fucking horror movie. Hey, good for you for having the balls. But as a viewer, I was kind of like, this isn't as fun because I just fucking feel awful for these kids. And that little one's fucked up for life.
Maybe it's because I don't have children, so I didn't care. That's what I was thinking to myself. I was like, you know what? I like that because it shows the viciousness of the Deadites, that even children aren't safe.
That's true.
There's one scene where Beth is pregnant in the movie. And like Ellie is like, I'm gonna suck up 2 souls tonight. Oh yeah, 2 for the price of 1. And she's like reaching into her stomach, and you can hear the little heartbeat. I was like, God damn, Jesus Christ, nobody cares around here. So it does show the viciousness of the Deadites, which was pretty interesting to see. So yeah, I like that. I mean, I didn't like it. Like, I was like, there better be kids dying left and right, or I'm gonna fucking hate this movie. But it was actually, I liked it that they went there. But again, they do cut away a lot.
Didn't go there. I think that's why they didn't go there. Because if they went fucking ham with like the mutilation of these kids and really got in there like you kind of wanted them to in a fucked up way when you saw the trailer, I think that's why they didn't. It's because like that's too fucked up for me. And at the same point, at the end of the movies, you never really feel good walking out of the movies because look what Ash went through. Jane Levy's character in 2013 literally had to all of her friends and her brother's dead, and she has to slowly rip her own goddamn arm off.
I think she had it way worse. I think she had way. I mean, I know that the girl Beth lost her whole family basically, except for the niece. But like, look what Jane Levy's character went. Like, she lost her fucking arm, she lost her brother, she lost all her friends.
Yeah, but I think there's something like. I think it's. I definitely, in my opinion, I think the little kid went through it way worse because even though she wasn't mutilated in any way, like. A, she's fucked up for life. And B, it's like, hey, happy ending. They survived. Your whole fucking family just got mutilated in front of you by your own goddamn mom who called you a titty sucking parasite right before she filleted your sisters.
Isn't that what they are, though? Let's be honest.
Nuh-uh.
Titty sucking parasites. God damn, go on TikTok, you asshole.
That's what my subscriptions are.
It was pretty rough, though. Yeah, it was pretty rough. But at the same time, I feel like it could have been so much more. I just feel like the ending, for whatever reason, the ending of that movie, especially in the wood chipper in the parking garage, and then Come Get Some, which was cool. And it's a throwback to Ash Williams when she says that. I just feel like the plot was getting like it was unthreading in front of me. Like, I felt like they were losing steam. It almost felt like it was too rushed. That whole scene when she becomes a spider thing and they chases them down at the parking garage and that whole scene kind of plays out. I felt like I was getting kind of bored, to be honest. I was like, all right, let's get there. And then you have to throw in the, Come Get Some. And I was like, I've seen this shit before, not like exactly like that, but they already did it really good in the 2013. We don't really need another revisit of that.
Yeah,
because for my money, if you're gonna replace Ash Williams or you're gonna have the newcomer, I think they already did that with the 2013 film.
I think that's exactly what I'll agree with you on the come get some part for sure. Like I think fan service overall, just in every fucking movie, is just overdone at this point. But like, I think that's probably where our half point, where you gave it 7.5 and I gave it an 8, differs. Is that I love the ending because the ending, like I said, it's something we never seen before. That fucking goo goo meatball monster, never saw, never saw it before, and I enjoyed that. And like I thought that was really cool, and I thought it was kind of freaky. And also the chainsaw into the wood chipper, I was like, this is that's Evil Dead, right?
I did like the chainsaw. That was cool.
Yeah, and like forcing it into the wood chipper, and it's like, and like the way they're shoving it down. I fucking love that scene. But yeah, I don't know, man. Like,
well, my high point comes to I just don't like, you know, girls being the leads in all the movies. Fuck them.
That's true.
Fuck them. Fuck
women. You know,
you shouldn't be allowed to vote, you emotional creatures.
They better not have gotten paid as much as the men did in the film. That's
because men are more interesting. They're just more interesting.
And I'm going to call Tucker Carlson, and we're going to put the system on trial. If that's
Tucker Carlson and Don Lemon are looking for work right now. So
yeah, they're going to.
They will come on right away. They will come on right away. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's because I feel like the fan service thing. But I feel like also just I don't know, man. Like I feel again, the thing was running smooth. It had good, you know, themes and atmosphere, and it felt like it was flowing. And then when they get, I feel like something happens, and like something like in the hallway scene when they're trying to get to the elevator, and it just the Dead by Dawn thing happens, and then they're sitting there, you know, as they're mutilating their moms. The two Deadites come out, they're like getting inside of the mom to make her like this spider thing. I was like, this is fucking stupid now. Come the fuck on. No, I know, but it's just, I was like, this isn't fucking like cheap ass alien CG. Like, stop it. I didn't like that. Well, because I mean, it wasn't scary to me. I just thought it was like, it looked corny.
Yeah. As much as I love that scene, I will say that mentioning CGI, I didn't notice a whole lot of CGI in it, and there was buckets and buckets of blood as promised. And I think they did a great job with, like, there's one point someone does get stabbed in the bicep and it looks gross. I mean, it's no turkey cutter scene from 2013, but the effects were done really good. There was tiny little instances where I was like, that was CGI fucking blood. Specifically the scissor scene, as dope as that was, because she gets nozzled you, my friend. Yeah. Like she gets the scissors
got
right
you.
Yeah, when she pulls it out, that was very CGI looking, but that was still a cool scene. But the eyes, I did not enjoy the way that, like, when the girl specifically is eating the glass and she turns around, she's like, I'm gonna eat your butt. And then, like, her eye, they gave him those extremely CGI looking yellow eyes.
Dude, that's what I said. Dude, it was the only time I saw contacts that they used for that's another contention I had. The Deadites did not look good in this. I felt like they looked more like, maybe she's born with it, maybe she's not, maybe it's Maybelline. it kind of had like a cosplay Deadite look rather than what I was expecting. Deadites are like the sunken shit and the way the bones come out. Like they did it better in 2013's Evil Dead. I feel like in this one, there's the only one I remember having like Ellie had contacts in, which was it was badass. But then they had CG effects for the girl at the very beginning of the movie, where she had like golden iris. It was all, you could tell it was fucking fake. I was like, you guys should stick in some fucking contacts. It would have been perfect. You don't need to put the CG digital effects in the eye.
It's like looking like Stephen King's Cat's Eye or Stephen King's Sleepwalkers.
It's like that bitch smoked meth. Like, she's not possessed.
Did you like the whole reading of the way they found the book, the way they read the book, all that? I really enjoyed that because I thought it was different. The bank being below and then finding
the bank, that was cool. Yeah. But
the record, the way it was played, we talked about the Bruce Campbell thing and all that, and the way the speaker got really loud, it was like Condor. I was like, oh yes, I like it, Jim.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah, you sound like you're having sex with an Italian man that just came. But no, I feel like it was it was all right. I mean, I thought it was cool to have the idea of it being, you know, the vault, and then when they get into the vault and they see all the religious artefacts and the medallions and the crosses, and like I literally said, Jesus Christ when he came out. I thought that was cool. Where they find the book and the recordings, the record thing. I don't know. I mean, it was all right. I feel like it was. It was bad. I mean, you can't keep redoing where they find a tape recorder and it's the fucking same professor. It's like, God damn, that guy is everywhere. So it was, I mean, I don't know. I guess it was all right. I think it was, maybe I got mad at the girl at one point. Beth goes into the bedroom and she literally wears fucking headphones with all this cacophony going on. Okay. All this craziness is going on. You're going in there listening to an R. Kelly album. Bitch, you will piss on you. And she does get pissed on because the one horror comes down from the fucking grill while you've got your headphones on. Yo, the popo just shut up.
Like while it wasn't the smartest decision, you got to give it up to him because that did set up a pretty great jump scare, at least.
Well, and I'm glad they did, and they did address. Yeah, well, they did address one thing. Well, it wasn't that. I mean, because she was right behind her, she could see her in the reflection of the window. So it wasn't like
I was like, is she out fucking side?
I knew. No, I saw her. I saw her Spider-Man her way down, and I was like, all right, well, we're gonna have a situation here soon. And then she sees her in the reflection of the window. I'm like, see, it wasn't a situation. I thought it was going to be way worse than that. But I will give who's the director's name?
Lee Cronin
credit for one thing. When they first start using the record, and I'm like, and it won't turn off, and I was like, why don't you just pull the fucking needle up? And then because I was like, are you going to be that? And then they try though. The kid tries to pull the needle up, and then it won't work. And I was like, all right, so at least you address that one, because I'll be like, that'd be dumb as fuck. Why wouldn't you just pull the needle out to stop the record from playing?
Yeah, and I enjoyed how they did it, and I think, dude, there's multiple ties in. Whether they go back to the cabin now, they may never even touch on this story again and completely go somewhere else, like continuing to do what they've done with the franchise, just tell a new story next time, because they're saying now they're hoping to do them every 2 to 3 years instead of like every 10 years. But there's a lot of threads here that you could follow up on. A, where's the dad? What's going on with that? Does that tie into something? B, like you said, maybe they go back in time and they show what happened when they were recording that record. That could happen. You could follow up to the cabin, as you said. Where is the girl and the little girl going? They could follow up with them. So if they wanted to do a direct sequel to this, there's a bunch of fucking spots that they could jump right into. I don't know if they should or not. I'd rather see them continue to just do something different and continue to bring in brand new characters and just use the book as the only mainstay from now on.
Well, I'll do you one better. What is Gamora? Yeah, they could. Well, I mean, I think that was the idea, though. I mean, I think the director even spoke about that. Like, he literally was trying to loosely tie them together. Not only the fact that it was a new book, and the fact that he went on record and was talking to whoever interviewed him, that Sam Raimi had one book in Army of Darkness. The 2013 had a different book, and this is the third book that was only.
And they were all three in Army of Darkness.
Yeah, that was the only time you ever saw him. So I think the idea of Warner Brothers is the situation is the third film. I mean, I could see it being something. I was telling April, but called Evil Dead Ends. I know it's like Halloween Ends, but if they really wanted to wrap it up and do their own send off, they could have all three books be united at the very end of the movie. Ash Williams shows up, reunites with the girl from the 2013 film and the one from Evil Dead Rises. They fight against this big creature that's summoned with all three books. And then you end the movie. And then if you do that, you also maybe do a service to the people that fucking were pissed about Ash versus Evil Dead and that cliffhanger that happened at the end of season 3. Oh, you can actually wrap that up too.
Yeah, that would be cool. For sure. And so real quick before we get into your all super chats, as we've mostly, I believe, covered most of it. Mostly. Just like Jay said, we don't want to seem like talking negative about it, because when you get into the spoilers, that's when it's time to get nitty picky, fucking little Nicky. When you get picky about stuff, because you can actually talk about it. But just to recap the whole thing, thought the opening scene was gnarly as shit. It was nice to get taken out of the environment for a minute before we get thrown into it. That was punk rock as shit. Great death scenes. I love when his head lands. You can tell it's CGI, but it's like cool fucking
when the mouth was moving.
CGI. Yeah, because he was like, oh, no. It looked like straight out of Zack Snyder's Batman vs Superman dream sequence. You know?
Yeah, it's like you look like if a cop asked you, "Have you been drinking tonight?" 2 beers. 2 beers. That's all I've had. 2 beers.
You get up to sing karaoke and your mouth is dry.
That's like getting up to sing karaoke and like you forget the words.
Yeah,
and it's a song that you shouldn't forget.
Yeah, so the opening fucking went hard as shit. One of the best openings probably in the franchise, because it reminded me of 2009, the Friday 13th reboot, where they start you off with brand new characters and just fucking they give you a mini Jason movie in the opening. That was dope as shit. So, and I'm thinking that could. I don't think any other Evil Dead movie had. No, it'd be this one or it'd be 2013. Because remember the girls, she's like, "Daddy, why are you doing this?" And he's like,
"Oh yeah." Sorry, but no, this is the first one that goes like the time, like not yet. Well, a time shift occurred because the movie takes place before the beginning of the movie.
And they did that with 2013, but these are the first.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah,
they both went hard. So I both love the opening of it. And again, really just enjoy, like, love the movie as a whole, just as a standalone movie, as a horror movie. The fucking Splatterhouse, the gore. If you weren't expecting, I think Evil Dead 2013 just went too hard for the world, because like when you see that trailer and you're coming off of 2013, you're expecting it to go there. So like expectation wise, you're kind of fucked up because you're going into a movie that's a 96% on Rotten Tomatoes or whatever. You're coming off of 2013 and how gnarly that was. The trailer went that hard. So expectations were set super fucking high. But I just want to reiterate that as a movie by itself, with all that fucking gore and splatter gore and fun times to be had, we both fucking love the movie.
I did think it was good. I mean? No, yeah, I actually, that's a really to the credit of the series of Evil Dead, I've never had one bad experience watching any of the films. They're all good. They're all really good in their own way.
And I know,
which is unlike that one dumbass kid in Evil Dead Rises when he was like, "We're gonna be like filming all the Nightmare or all the Freddy. We're gonna watch all the Freddy movies in a row." He's like, even the shitty ones, and he's like, "There's no shitty ones." It's like you are a dumbass fan. You are a dumbass fan, because there are plenty of shitty Freddy films. Plenty.
But you trying to tell me 2010? Are you kidding me?
Well, not just fucking Freddy's Dead. We have a whole fucking shitstorm of a ranking on that one. You guys should check that out if you don't know about it.
Why do you tell lies? But yeah, so okay. Hey, I gotta grab a drink really fast because I'm dry here. I won't broken up here, bitch. I can't work. I'll be back in 2 seconds. I'm just gonna grab
okay. Don't worry about it. We'll be sitting right here. We'll be sitting right here. Me and the folk. Vernon John says all the Deadites should have had white eyes. I won't stand for racist talk, Vernon. No racist talk, Vernon. What do you think? I'm Mike? Check your Ku Klux Klan. I'm kidding. Yeah, that's true. The cloudy eyes and stuff like that from the original Evil Dead. That would have been cool. I didn't mind too much that they had golden irises or whatever. I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world, but hello, D-Land. But yeah, the white eyes, the cloudy eyes were kind of freaky, so I've been fine with that. Vanderhoff 66FU. Well, fuck you too. I'm kidding. Says, I just watched a review and they fucking hated it. Well, I'm not going to ask you which review.
Is it your dad?
Motomo Goto says, Mike is so dry, they're calling him Desert.
Yeah, my vagina.
Desert Eagle.
Not moist. Like, my vagina needs rain like the deserts miss. What?
Yeah, Vanderhoff 66. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, listen, I mean, there's people going to love it and there's people that are going to fucking hate it.
Yeah. I think that.
But I don't feel like it's that. But I don't feel like it's that divisive. I really don't. It's weird. Like, I mean, I could look at something like Halloween Ends, and I totally understand where some people are going to be like, some people would fucking love it, and some people are going to fucking absolutely think it's trash. But I don't feel like Evil Dead Rises is a divisive film.
It's kind of nice, isn't it? Doesn't it kind of feel nice on the whole to have one that's not divisive?
No, well, yeah, it does. But I mean, at the same time, we live in 2023 where everybody gets fucking butthurt about something, so they'll find something, and then all of a sudden I can't believe they did this. I'm like, what?
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
what they do?
People are calling it woke, and I'm like, I don't even care enough to argue about it. Like, just fucking be stupid. Just be stupid.
I didn't see any wokeness in it, but I might just be blind.
No, you're just normal. You're just fucking normal.
I wouldn't expect you to get my dick scared, and trust me, it was.
Yeah. Right when you said that, I read Greg Harris's guy. I'll swallow your dick. I mean, soul and dick.
Greg, did you see that girl last night? Crazy, huh?
My soul has a dick. All right, let's get to some of what you guys think about the movie now that we've talked about it a little bit. Courtney Reed says in my Frankenstein voice, the goddamn Jets.
I heard about that. They finalized that. The Jets gave away their first round for a piece of shit, overrated asshole for a quarterback.
Well, that statement is partly incorrect. No, they didn't give away their first rounder. Technically, it's a convoluted thing. They gave their first rounder, but the Packers gave their first rounder. So the Packers only moved up 2 spots, and then they got a second rounder, and then a second rounder next year, unless Rodgers plays 65% of the snaps next year, and then it turns into a first round. It's a fucking mess.
My God, I've gone cross-eyed.
Yeah, it's confusing as shit. You know what? I'm happy. I'm glad. I hope Rodgers fucking kicks ass with the Jets next year because the Packers.
You gonna root for him? You gonna root for the Jets?
Not more than the Packers, but I am going to root for the Jets.
I know, dude.
I hope the Jets do well, and I hope that I hope the Jets and the Packers play in the Super Bowl, and then I'll just.
Yeah, but dude, I know, but the whole thing with Tom Brady and Tampa Bay.
Yeah. No, I'm going to root for him the whole time. I hope he does great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not his fault things went down the way they went down, but yeah, I think it worked out well.
Well, you know, the Jets are a great team.
Not really. They will be. They will. I think they're going to be good this year, though. They have a great team. They just don't have a fucking quarterback. Aaron Roman with Michael.
Aaron. Aaron.
What's up, Mike and Jay? I saw Evil Dead Rise last Saturday night. I love it. I give it a 9 out of 10.
Hey, all right.
On, fuck yeah.
I hope you're not. Your face isn't like that when someone disagrees with you, though. You give it what?
Mike Barton, what's up, dude? It says, I wish I knew what happened to the cat in the air vent. Did it escape or did the mutated deadite eat it? That's true. The cat got away.
No, it died.
Did it? When did it die?
If you go on the Wikipedia page and you go onto another spoiler website, they literally say it kills the cat.
Oh, shit. I don't remember that. But
so
sorry, Michael.
Pussy got pussified.
Why'd you ruin his fucking night, Jay?
Well, I'm sorry, Michael. I mean, he wanted to know. Sometimes you got to rip the Band-Aid off. You don't want to, but you got to. Sometimes baby don't know that it's time from the milk's over. You got to take the milk bottle away.
What if they tie this franchise into Pet Cemetery and the somebody goes and finds the cat and they bury it because it was their favorite cat and then the cat comes back and then it's a fucking deadite. Anyways, I'm stupid. So catch my article later on Screen Rant. Corey Nerez says, you guys rock. Evil Dead Rise rocked. Second best horror franchise, in my opinion, only to Halloween. Ooh. Happy to be back on the Patron. Welcome back,
all right, Corey, man. Thank you, man.
Thank you, dude.
Those are strong words. Those could be fighting words in certain parts of the neighborhood, but I got to be honest with you. You might be on to something, though. I got to put my own biases aside because I do love Freddy and I love Hellraiser, but there are a lot of turds in those series. Halloween's got some shitty ones. Don't be deceived by the devil now. Halloween's got some turds in their locker room. But yeah. Evil Dead, to be honest with you, Evil Dead, I literally was just talking about it. They don't have a bad apple so far.
And that's going to be interesting, dude. When you get to that, and I know you disagree with me on this, but like I feel the same way about the Scream franchise. And
Jesus Christ!
These movies keep making these franchises keep making movies and they keep winning this way, then you're going to have some interesting conversations here about 20, 25 years when I get out of prison for
God damn
being awesome.
Mike been smoking that meth pipe.
10 years for some weed? Damn. Gary McDonald, thank you very much, my friend. Dude, that's Stu. And that is a pretty fucking. I thought it was Tom Hardy for a second.
Yeah, dude, it looked like Tom Hardy with a fucking Punisher symbol that was turned sideways on his chest.
That's what I thought it fucking was.
Yeah,
that's beautiful. It said Scream 6 comes out on iTunes on the 9th of May here in Ireland. That's bullshit, man, because it comes out tomorrow here. Cool. They still have nothing down for the special features unless it's still too early for them to say yet. We got the special features with 5, so I hope the same with 6. I can answer that for you. It comes out here in the States on digital tomorrow, and there is like 6 featurettes, and you can Google it and find out what they are. And there's a gag reel, but apparently no deleted scenes. There's a full commentary with the directors, but apparently no deleted scenes, which is a huge fucking butt bummer. I don't know what's up with that, but yeah, that's what it is, man.
Because all the shit they wanted to say was in the movie.
Michael Parton says it rehashes 2013 with one thing, but a lot of possession movies do this a lot. Too much of the blood barf.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, that is true.
I don't, but it's Evil Dead. So like when someone's barfing, by the way, she barfed that white shit. How gross was that? Because it was like,
yeah, I was like that bitch had too many frozen daiquiris.
No pina coladas.
No pina coladas. Yeah, because she wasn't the other one. The other one vomited white shit too.
Mm-hmm. That where it looks frothy. I
was like, damn, that demon put it all up in your stomach tonight, huh?
But it's tough because like that's one of the things that's tough for this movie to walk into because 2013 had a puke scene and you're not going to top that because she's on top of puking fucking carrot juice into her goddamn mouth.
Yeah, but Michael's got a point. But it is actually interesting, and I never thought of it. Do you guys understand? Did they ever explain? Because it feels like it changes in the movies. Like the infection rate, right? Like you would think that if you're bit by a deadite, you're going to become a deadite. And then sometimes you have to be killed by the deadite. And sometimes like they have to bite you or do something or scratch you. And then sometimes if they stab you with something, you can still become a deadite. Like, I don't get how the infection rate works there. Like, you know, if it was like a zombie, it was pretty obvious. Like if they bite you, you become a deadite. But sometimes a deadite have stabbed people before, just stabbed them and killed them and they come back.
That is confusing, and I think it's like an infection thing or something, maybe. But also, just another thing about this movie, and again, it's kind of a thread. Like this movie did a lot of really cool shit, but there's a lot of shit that the movie did that the franchise has done before and actually done better. Like when she gets, like what we're talking about, where she gets nicked on the face by the tattoo gun, and then later it gets infected. I thought that was kind of weak, man. Like when you look back at when Linda gets infected in her ankle from being stabbed in it or whatever, and it goes and like spreads through her fucking leg. That shit gets me. That's scary. And this one, it was just
like Angry Birds on an Android app. I just don't get it. I don't get it. Like zombies are pretty easy to understand. Like just regular zombies, Romero zombies or Snyder zombies. If you get bit, you turn into one. At some point you turn into one. In this one, it's like, it just, like if they splash blood in my fucking face, like if they vomit in my goddamn mouth, which is disgusting, I'll kill them anyway. Am I gonna become one, or I'm good? I just gotta have a tetanus shot.
Yeah, it's kind of. By the way, this is off topic, but why was there blood in the eggs? Is that a thing because she was possessed, or is there blood in some eggs? Because I will not buy those eggs, Sam. I am.
So, yeah, somebody's fucked up on their inspections.
That's a little too organic. That's some Napoleon Dynamite shit. Colton Candler, thanks, buddy. Hey, I love your fucking picture, dude. That's awesome. You and the lady friend. Sup, boys? Unpopular opinion. I enjoy Evil Dead original more than Evil Dead 2. We'll talk about this. Yes. Rise was really good. As soon as I seen that chipper, I knew we was getting a crazy ending.
Yeah, it went a little crazy. I feel like there was a little bit. The CG was a little too much. There were a lot of CG with that wood chipper. I mean, I know they can't really film, no, they could have. They could have done. I feel like they could have done more of a practical effect with that ending. But I'm glad you like the ending. And Evil Dead, the original, being better than Evil Dead 2. Yes, sir. You are definitely on thin shore. But there are secrets that are hidden behind the wall.
I noticed the second time I watched it, by the way, that they hinted at the wood chipper. I didn't notice it the first time, but I was like, I know what that fucking thing's gonna do later. It's gonna eat a meatball demon. Jessica Kendall, hey, how's it going? Thank you very much. Says, as someone who found out she was pregnant on Tuesday, hey, congratulations.
Hey, congratulations, Jessica.
He's gonna be a soccer player. Yes, he is. This movie hit a little different in some spots. Love the movie and love you both. Love you. And
oh yeah, I couldn't imagine going to the theater and just finding that shit out and then being like, holy fuck. You probably react exactly like Beth did. Like she's like, fuck you, sis, and then stabbed her right in the face with some scissors.
that was the other thing I was gonna say. That could tie back around too, dude. Hey, she was around a lot of blood and a lot of stuff. Who's to say that she didn't get a little bit infected? But
is she gonna give birth to like fucking Constantine? Is that how we're gonna do things?
Or Dawn of the Dead remake with having the zombie baby.
The zombie baby.
They could do that. But I get that. Sometimes those movies, they have that little personal touch that speaks to you directly. And it adds to this.
You know what? By the way, that scene in that movie is actually that shit go hard a lot more than people give it credit for. In the Zack Snyder Dawn of the Dead remake, when that baby comes out as a fucking zombie and the dad's like out of losing his mind, he's like, "You want to hold my fucking baby?" And he's holding this goddamn. That was a true titty sucking parasite. And then that's disturbing, dude. That was probably like a super disturbing scene.
It was a very Evil Dead moment, actually.
Huh?
Like it just like, oh my god, she's gonna have a fucking zombie baby. It was like, oh, we're doing something different. I like it.
Yeah, but then Zack Snyder's hate it for no fucking reason. So
right, yeah. Hey, but he's got the psychos on Twitter. Michael Parton said the character Danny wasn't as dumb releasing the Deadites, unlike character Eric in 2013, who was a complete idiot by reading straight from the book.
That's true.
I like that.
That's true. I felt like it was more of an accident. It felt like more of a natural accident that Danny was involved in, rather than the dumb shit that I work at Starbucks and I'm unhappy with my life and I'm just going to read from an unprotected book for no fucking reason because I feel like it.
I can only read Kurt Cobain's autobiography so many times.
Yeah, that dude was depressed. Like that guy had been hanging out listening to Pantera all day long and was like, I'm going to fucking release some demons on for real. Yeah, you're right.
Way too much Catcher in the Rye. Quentin Bauer loves pizza. He's got a pizza hat. He's eating pizza, and honestly, it's pretty attractive. He says, "I had a feeling that when you said scrambled eggs and your Evil Dead Rise review, that it was a Cable Guy reference. Makes sense now that you had it on the brain." Fuck yeah, dude. We say that probably every single video we've ever done.
Oh, Quentin, you look like the fucking lead singer of New Radicals. You only get what you give. Don't give up. Like you've got a reason to live.
He really does. Oh fuck, that's fantastic, dude. Ismael Vega, that was a deep fuck cut, dude. You pulled that deep out of
That's
your
not a
ass.
cut. I like that guy. That was a great song. God damn it.
No, I mean like a deep cut, like a deep
Oh, New
reference.
Radicals. I know what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. Ismael Vega, what's up, dude? Says, I think Evil Dead Rise is a solid movie, but I prefer 2013. I didn't care for the Deadite Megazord in the end. So
that's a great one. That's a great one.
I thought the movie fucking needed that. But anyway, also, did you notice the end credit music sounds like the Hellraiser theme song?
I was like heading out. I had to go pee. I missed it, but the Hellraiser theme music is like one of the best. So I wouldn't be surprised if they put it. But that'd be weird. Like, you know what? Actually, I was expecting. I felt like when that scene happened, when she Megazorded up, they should have had a Dima get inside you. Like, because it made sense, because both kids like went inside of her and became the spider thing.
There was some gnarly mom and kid shit, by the way. Like between that and like that one scene where she was like, I can't remember what she said.
Yeah, no, she said,
she kissed her own daughter.
She didn't kiss her. She almost did. She's like, mommy can kiss it, make it better. Her tongue was out. Her tongue was out.
I think it went in her mouth.
No, it didn't. No, they stopped her right before they did it, because like incest is illegal.
Oh, okay, thank God.
So they stopped,
because that scared me a lot. But then there was that reminded me of the Evil Dead 2013 moment.
But that wasn't incest.
Tongue and she's like, "Let me lick your butt" or whatever she said.
No, she comes. It's like, "Let me suck your dick, pretty boy." Like her brother. That's your fucking brother, you sick bitch.
Sister, bro.
God damn, man. Even in hell, you gotta have standards.
Yeah, but you're watching that. You're going, "Oh, it's actually kind of hot." I don't know what's going on.
And that was watching that shit. What do you mean?
Not the mom? No, not the mom scene. Katie just
I was like, "What do you think? What's hot?"
It's a different movie.
The brother scene.
No, it was hot outside. It was everyone was sweating.
Dirty fuck.
That's no, not the mom part.
No, but did you think it was hot when she's like, "Let me suck your dick, big brother"?
No.
Oh my lordy.
No, when she was licking the other girl's leg.
Oh yeah, that was hot. Yeah, I give you that.
That's fucked up enough, I know,
because we were talking about the incest part. You're like, so that one thing was kind of hot though.
No, yeah. I was like,
we are in Kentucky, y'all.
That's true. Anthony Hoffman said, "Just got out of the movie. I truly enjoyed it. Only complaint was some of the CGI. Love hearing your guys' feedback."
Yeah, that's true. We talked about that. Yeah.
I wonder if that's why the movie wasn't a little bit darker. Maybe they wanted to they noticed maybe in the cut, like, oh, some of the shit's a little bit obvious. Let's just darken everything so they can't tell. It's possible.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe. And that would be a good strategy, because look, I mean, CGI, I mean, as far as technology has advanced a pretty good ways from what it used to be, but at the same time, there are just cuts, and there are some like moments in a film, especially a horror film, that it's just so fucking obvious that it's CGI. You just can't get around it.
I've used that trick before, dude. I've done a video like when you and I are sitting there, and I'm like, oh damn, we look drunk and fat and white and pale, and like we haven't slept good.
Reality.
Yeah. So I told the mirror, "Hey, stop it, mirror." But no, I'll just be like, let me just see if I can fix this by just making it really dark.
I thought you were gonna say, I just used the TikTok filters, so it was good.
Ryan S, who is that you as Spider-Man?
You look good, man. You definitely look like a Spider-Man that's ready to fucking throw it in the trash can and be like, "Spider-Man, no more."
Spider-Man 2099, 5 o'clock shadow.
Yeah.
I thought it was solid, way more gore than 2013, but more gore? Dude, it's crazy. I've heard people say it had more gore in 2013, and I've heard people say it had no gore at all. And I'm like, I actually think it was way less than 2013.
I think it was less. I feel like, in my opinion, it was less. Yeah.
But at the same time, it didn't hit as hard as 13, and I would have liked more the building to be used.
That's true. Yeah. They used one floor. I was like, you're in a fucking like skyscraper type apartment building. Where the goddamn is the Poltergeist 3 situation?
Yeah, what the fuck did we get ice cream?
But then again, at the same time, I think what we're saying is like not enough. Like you do have scenes where there's a lot of CGI, so I feel like it comes off as very fake, and so it doesn't register in my mind. Even though they did use CGI in the 2013 Evil Dead, I feel like it was done, and I feel like, again, I hate saying this because I feel like I'm criticizing the movie unfairly, but I just feel like it was done more effectively in the 2013 Evil Dead. The way they used it and hid it. They hid the CGI around corners and tricks of the camera in a way better way than Evil Dead Rise.
Yeah, it's all about just reconciling the fact that like the movie ruled, but the one before it was still better. So it's kind of awkward, you know, like when you're talking about it. That's just the truth, though. I feel like
Yeah, it's like a dad trying to say, "I love you both the same, but I love that daughter a little bit more."
Yeah, Peter's better at soccer than
I'm not going to say it out loud, but I'm thinking.
I love soccer.
Yeah.
Wyatt Atlee said, "Can't stay, but let Jay know that I still need that strip tease that comes to the premium Patreon tier, or else I riot. Love you guys." Oh yeah, I meant to tell you, Jay. Patreon numbers were kind of down. We needed to bump up, so I just added to the tier that you would suck some dick if they joined. I hope you're okay with that.
Well, pass me a Dylan Mulvaney Bud Light and let's get to town.
I have been drinking lots of Bud Light lately.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, sure, man. What? Don't riot. We don't need any more of those things going on. What are we, Chicago? Fucking control yourself.
Stop it out there, you kids. You crazy kids. But yeah, no, that wasn't true. But hey, Jay still did promise him personally one, because I was in the room when you called him and you said, Wyatt, I'm gonna rub my butt on you so hard, dude.
Yeah, but that was like, that's supposed to be in private, not like, goddamn, Wyatt, can you not make a public scene?
We were just buying a 6-pack and Jay was on the phone. I was like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "No,
I was
private."
drunk.
And I was kind of listening. He was like, "Dude, I'm gonna rub my butt cheeks. I'm gonna grind them so hard on you. I want you to throw on Semi Charm Kind of Life by Third Eye Blind, and then we're gonna go in the back of a Dollar General, and I'm just gonna stick my cheeks right in your face and go, like, just over and over again until the fucking song's over. Right during the doot 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 parts."
Now you just ruined the whole surprise.
Sorry, I got really excited in depth at my storytelling abilities. Yep. And then Andrew Keith said, "I loved Evil Dead Rises. I just feel like it was rushing through. I wouldn't mind for it to be a little much longer. And that mom was smoking hot."
I agree with you. I agree with you about the hotness. Well, and again, she is a model. I think that's what I was talking about, pacing issues. I don't feel like the pacing broke down until the end, but it does feel like it was trying to get from point A to point B as quickly as it could. And there, you know, strangely, this movie was originally going to be released only on HBO Max, or like at least the idea was it was a Warner Brothers film. So you would think that HBO Max was going to be the streaming service they would have used. And then the hype got behind the movie and it was decided to put it in theaters. So it does feel like in some ways, and again, I'm not trying to diss the movie, but it does feel like a straight to streaming type of movie sometimes. Like you can feel it. You're like, all right, well, we have a different type of audience that's going to, you know, ingest this film. It's not going to be a theatrical audience. And there are moments in that movie, for me anyway, when I was watching, I'm like, yeah, this does feel like if it went straight to like HBO Max or the Max now, whatever the fuck they're going to call it, since they merged.
That was stupid, yeah, of them to do that. Why would you take out the HBO? Anyways, I don't want to disagree with you because we're friends, but I actually feel like
shut your fucking mouth
on Tuesdays, but it's not fucking Tuesday, is it? Oh shit, it's Monday. Okay, we're safe. We're in the safe zone now. I just think that it felt like a ride. So it felt like to me, it felt like it belonged in a movie theater. So I think if that's the case, they fucked up by trying to put it on HBO Max first, but that was during the weird streaming situation that was going on with COVID. But I actually disagree with the fact that it was rushing through, because I felt like it was the perfect pace. I thought the pacing was one of its assets, because like, it just feels like once the shit hits the fan, and it happens pretty quickly, they give you an opening, which is really nice. Cause they're like, oh, I haven't even got settled in yet. I got
yeah.
But then like, it gets to the story, and the story goes, they nail the story down pretty quick before the earthquake happens. And then you're like, okay, she's possessed, and you still have like an hour of the movie left. So it's like, oh fuck, we have a whole hour of badass, crazy, blood gushing shit. I felt like the ending when it came up was kind of welcome. I felt like had they stayed upstairs any longer, it was going to get kind of dragged out. But I thought that they hit the ending I thought they hit it in stride. So I disagree with you both, and I hope that, you know,
well, Andrew Keith is going to look like that behind
better.
Well, Andrew Keith is going to look like that behind your bedpost tonight with your bullshit answer. No, I don't. You know what? But that's the fun part, guys. We can all agree that we enjoyed the movie, and then have disagreements about the smallest little minuscule things about the film. Right. And by the way, that's how we all should be in general. You can be on different sides of politics too and be the same fucking way. I just wish we'd get back to that shit. We won't, but I wish we would. But either way, Mike's wrong and I'm right, and that's fine. Anyway, you see how I threw that little zinger there? But yeah,
I didn't even hear it. I was
like Mike's wrong and I'm right. But anyway,
yeah. Anyway, fuck you. So Bronson Wright Wolf, who, dude, it looks like in your image, it looks like you're in front of a mirror, but like it's you in the future is looking back at you, and you're going to turn around and go,
But yeah, but
looks like a
it also
reflection.
looks like that dude that dude on the right is like gonna give you the hottest fucking like rock song ever, and then
Yeah,
send you
it's
back
true.
to the future.
It's like just two men before manly love in the bathroom. That's probably your dad, so that's pretty fucking weird.
Yeah, maybe I'll do that.
Sorry for that. Be here for manly love at 9. But thank you. He says Little Nicky versus Sammy Kerr. What do you guys think? Who's Sammy Kerr though?
I don't know.
I got
Sammy
a quick
Kerr.
Google.
I've never heard that. Well, maybe I have.
I owe him that after saying he was gonna fuck his own dad. Sammy Kerr is the metal dude from Trick or Treat, the metal Trick or Treat movie, like with the band.
Well, I'll pick Sammy Kerr. Look, here's the thing, and maybe it's an unpopular opinion. I don't like Little Nicky. I never have. I can't watch that movie because Adam Sandler's fucking. I'm Little Nicky. I can't.
Yeah!
I get fucking annoyed. I like, and maybe it's a solid. No, it is a solid movie, but I can't fucking watch it because it's just annoying. Like it never gets better.
We agree 110% on that. I feel the exact same way. So I will take Sammy Kerr as well.
What do you mean you can't go back to home? I can't. I mean, it's like fucking stop, dude. This is an hour and a half movie.
Just talk normal. God damn it. Rootin' Tootin' Texas Tootin'. Hey, I think he upped his name. I think he upgraded it, that shit.
He did. Rootin' Tootin' Texas. Never had that.
Stuff is coming out of me all over mock. Boy, did I have a day at work, but goddamn, that movie was good, boy. Making my britches wear out.
No, it did. It did goddamn make your britches wear out because you're like, holy shit. I might have done shit my panties when I was watching some of them scenes. But then you thank God that you got enough coin to buy a ticket to go see that movie first and foremost now, right? And then you got to go out of the theater and you're like, I got to go work a construction site and tell all them non-gays about this goddamn good Rootin' Tootin' Texas type of movie now.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, man.
Yeah. Hey, man, ain't nothing wrong with shitting your pants. It just means them britches was hurting for a squirting, and you gave it to him.
You can't be shitting hey, there's something wrong with shitting your pants in public, man. You can't be shitting your pants in public.
Yeah, that's true.
Have a little respect for yourself now, goddammit.
We were at a B-dubs, and this dude came in, didn't buy anything, just sat next to us across the table from it, and literally sat there and just shit his fucking pants. Like, we had the whole family there. Dude just sat at the table across from us, completely empty B-dubs, just shit his fucking pants, and then got up and walked out. And you know what was on the back of his pants?
Poop. Yeah, poop.
He literally shit his pants.
It was poop.
Just poop, Ron. Poop.
Well, you'll see it from time to time.
Yeah, you will. Jacob! Hey, what's
Jacob.
up? Thank you so much. You did not have to give us such a generous super chat, man. We really do appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, man.
I hope the band's going well, my friend. He says, yo, guys, been a minute. I love the movie from start to finish. The spitting eyeball scene made me both laugh and cringe. Hope you guys are well. Yeah, I love you all a lot. We love you a lot, man. I finally put out my first new music, too, after the band split up. Take care, guys. Oh, I wish I hadn't said that.
Hey, man. Awesome, man. Good for you.
Shit, Jay.
Mike just always spits out his own eyeball into his butthole with his words sometimes. Hey, man, congratulations. I hope that does well for you. But I think you hit it, the nail on the head there. Jacob, with the scene made you laugh and cringe because it wasn't a great scene. Like Mike was right because it does come off as kind of cringy, but it's funny, especially with what they were going for. Maybe it's funny because it's cringy. I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. It was hard to say. Because I did kind of laugh when she spit the goddamn eyeball and the dude's choking on it. I think it was kind of funny.
Yeah. Well, I didn't. Okay. So, like, just get your shit and go.
Why don't you just buy Jacob's fucking band's album then, you asshole?
I fucking will. Is it on iTunes?
No, the one that he just broke up with.
Yeah. And then I'll pay for a reunion tour. No, Jacob, sorry to hear about the band breaking up, but I'm glad that you're putting out new music. And you should write a song about how you're wrong about how cool the eyeball scene was. I'm just kidding, dude. Hey, we love you, Jacob. Appreciate
you, man. Thank you, Jacob.
So
I was thinking, I didn't know what else to say.
It's all been said. Ismail Vega says, I like how Ellie was strung up by the elevator cables, just like the vines in the previous movies. Cool. Would you guys want to see a funny Evil Dead like part 2? The show was both very funny and good. That's a really good question.
Well, for me, it's got to be a certain tone about it. I don't know, man, because Sam Raimi is such a master of the craft, and he was able to combine those two elements really well. I don't know. I mean, it would be, well, if you have Evil Dead, like first, okay, if they do, hopefully they will, an Evil Dead 3, and then it's going to be more, if Bruce Campbell comes back, absolutely, you can't just not do the fucking comedy, and you have to have Sam Raimi directing it, I think. But to be honest with you, man, I'm kind of digging what they're doing with their own thing right now. I feel like it's kind of a waste. If Bruce Campbell's not in the movie, don't fucking do it. I feel like that's just pandering to old school fans, and it would be kind of dumb. You know what I mean? Like, don't do forced comedy that doesn't work. Like, if the chick in this movie, Beth, and the one before in Evil Dead 2013 were overly trying to be funny and trying to be Bruce Campbell, it'd come off as a cringe fuck. And I don't want to see that. I'd rather just, if Bruce Campbell's in it, 100% go crazy with it. If he's not in it, don't make another actor or actress have to do that kind of stuff. So no, I really don't want to see that.
Buddy, I ain't got shit to say. That was a perfect fucking answer. I can't.
Yeah, man. Sometimes when I'm drinking the beer, it comes out soft and sweet like that.
Yeah.
Just
especially
like
if you're drinking that Bud Light.
No, man, this Michelob Ultra, it ain't as gay as Bud Light now, and that's saying something because Michelob Ultra should be as gay as Zima, and it ain't.
I got a finger in my butt. It feels kind of feminine. No, not one of them Bud Light fingers. That's the Arnold Schwarzenegger thumb.
Is Zima around, by the way? Is Zima still
I think
around?
you can still buy it. Yeah, I think Smirnoff kind of gave him a hit, but like I think you can get
Dylan Mulvaney should have been with Zima. Zima.
You know what? I say that I couldn't agree with you more. Like unless it's like, I think people wouldn't understand it. Like if you put out a silly, zany Evil Dead movie in theaters that was gory and hilarious, I don't think people would get it. And I think that horror's doing so good, you got to stick to horror, and unless it's Ash. And then because actually on the flip side of that, I don't think Bruce Campbell can be in a really scary Evil Dead movie at this point either, because we've made it so zany and fun with the Ash vs. Evil Dead series that him being serious in a movie that's supposed to be like The Evil Dead wouldn't really work, I don't feel like, at this point. So
I think he could have serious moments because he's a great actor. I mean, you can see it in Ash versus Evil Dead. Like, he has moments that are really good, very dramatic or very heartfelt, but then they go right into the comedy because you can't have too long of that. But yeah, I feel like it would just be a ripoff. I feel like it would like, you're right, people wouldn't get it. Vanilla fans wouldn't get it, and then the ones that were hardcore fans would be like, this pisses me off. Why are you trying to replace Ash Williams?
There's no reason to be racist. All right, we're all just, it doesn't have, like, vanilla, chocolate, these things have subtext. All right, and I'm triggered, and I am. Where is the trigger? As
why don't you go put it up your asshole? Why don't you go put that trigger up your asshole and then launch the space? Because nobody needs you here on Earth.
How about 2 thumbs? I can take it
way up your butt.
Matter of fact, maybe I want it.
And I hope they're made out of vanilla chocolate.
Murphy says, I was okay with the killing of kids. Well, you're sick. That was the end of his super chat, everyone. Moving on. No, I was okay with the killing of kids when they introduced the son as an aspiring DJ and the daughter as a protester, especially after she turned down Cheeto's Kid trying to watch Nightmare on Elm Street. That was rude the way she turned down Cheeto's Kid, but that guy did look like he had stinky breath. I probably wouldn't have gone to the party either.
Yeah,
he looks like he hasn't showered.
I don't know, man. Yeah, I was like, first off, I was disrespected personally as a human being when they were like, there's no bad Freddy film. I was like, you're obviously full of shit.
That kid has terrible taste in movies.
Yeah, I was like, you don't think there's any bad Freddy movies? You're horse shitting trolling. You just want to finger that girl. Let's be honest. Okay.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
And she knew it. It was probably an unsafe environment. I don't want my kids hanging out with dudes in that condemned ass building.
Was you all right though? Well, I feel like and the thing is, I didn't mind when the characters got their comeuppance. I didn't really give a shit about any of the kids. I thought the littlest girl was
a piece of
cute.
Shit.
No, the little girl was
piece
cute.
Of shit.
No, fuck the other kids. Fuck them. The little girl was cute. She's an innocent in all this. And then and Beth was like, she's pregnant. So you gotta like have some sympathy for that. But fuck everybody else. They all just look like trailer trash whores that lived in an apartment building.
Oh, Jesus fucking Christ.
And that is the way that Dad did it. That's the way that America does it. And I feel like it's worked out pretty well.
You did go to Applebee's before the movie, didn't you?
No, I didn't. I swear to God.
You're talking that Applebee's talk.
No, now I know who you're talking. You think Ted was out there? No, he wasn't.
You've been to a Kentucky Applebee's, and I can smell it on your dick by the way you're talking.
Yeah, smell it.
I don't know why they added all that subtext. Like, there was so much talk about, and the protest didn't make sense. She's like, we're going to this protest, and then they showed her sign, and it was like world peace. Like that girl had no idea what she was. She was just like, I'm going to the protest because.
Do people do that anymore? Cool. Do they actually protest?
Yeah.
Like, no, I mean, not like I know they protest, But I mean, did they do anything like meaningful, like world peace? I've never seen that fucking sign in a long time.
No,
they just go out to the middle of the street like world peace. I want everybody to get along. I don't see that shit. It's usually
no,
one
no.
side
They
or
just
the other.
protest for their Lord and Savior Donald Trump. They're like, don't take our orange balloon. I need him to keep me safe from the blacks.
Yeah,
that's the only protest I've seen.
They
in
would,
a while.
yeah. Maybe they protest for Joe Biden, but they can't fucking announce, or they can't even remember what he said because he doesn't know.
Yeah, that's true. Well, they can't get their life alerts weren't working that day, so they couldn't get out of the house. That was a terrible joke. I was just trying to.
No, I know. I was going to help you, and then I was like, I don't know where to go.
I didn't leave you in the
yeah.
Michael Parton said Lee Cronin said we won't get a sequel until 2 or 3 years from now, which is way better than 10. Honestly, yes, I think it was, maybe Bruce Campbell had said that. I'm not sure.
Is Lee Cronin going to direct it, or is a new director coming in? I kind of like the idea that they have different directors with different takes.
Me too. No offense to Lee Cronin, I thought he did great. If he's announced as the next director, I'm cool with it for sure. But like, I'm with you. I kind of want to see what somebody else does. Someone will get a little wild and crazy kids in there.
But then again, they might go back to Alvarez.
And honestly, maybe they should. I don't, because that movie was. We'll talk about it when we rank the movies.
But I'm saying, but I mean, if they were gonna if it was a trilogy wrap up,
yeah.
If they were going that route, then maybe they are. I mean, I don't know.
I don't think they'll ever wrap it up. I think they're always going to just keep. If I had to guess,
I know they're going to always be Evil Dead movies. I'm just saying, in this particular instance, the new trilogy, they could have. Then after that, then they could have a new director take it over. Blumhouse might even fucking get a shot at it. Who knows?
No. Blumhouse will just they'll do the biggest fucking pussy fart ever of them. It'll be they're not going to do anything risky. You know what I mean? Blumhouse is, I've resigned myself to that. Like, Blumhouse is great for what they do. They're not going to do anything risky. I mean, not in the terms of like, that's going to upset and offend people. They'll be risky.
Dude, can you imagine
Halloween ends a romantic film, but like,
how about this? Can you imagine if they did a third film, and it was like to wrap up this trilogy, they brought in Sam Raimi.
Yes,
that would be fucking dope, dude.
Jim.
Yeah, that would be dope.
Bing, bing, turkey's done.
I think that would be the coolest thing. If you're gonna wrap up the trilogy, bring in the original, and then wrap it up. They would be, God damn, that'd be good.
That would smoke my sausages. Gary says, I was wondering, can anybody just copy the writing into a diary, and then that's a modern nomical?
What the fuck does that mean?
You want to go nomical?
By the way, so we are going on an hour and a half. I've got to go pee.
Go pee because I got to pee first. I mean, second. I'll let you go first.
I said it first.
If we were in the same room, we would take a break at the same time, and then you could pee in my mouth because I'm thirsty, and then that's 2 birds with 1 stone.
Tastes like lemonade.
Like
I'll be back. I'm going to be quick, I promise.
Okay. And she believed you because he always was. Gary, that's interesting. I wonder if you could just write the words, or if you got them tattooed and somebody's like, hey, what's that tattoo say? I was like, I don't know, read it out loud. And then they read it and you just fucking booked it before the demons got there. That's true. Could you say the words? That's interesting. What if someone just fucking tweeted the words, and then all of a sudden everybody started saying the fucking words, and then they're like, there's just dead eye attacks happening everywhere. Is there like a range? Like, if you said it on an intercom, my idea for the next Evil Dead would be fucking 100%. Let's put it in an airport. Have some anarchist or a terrorist or whatever the fuck get a hold of the book. Go to a crowded like LAX or something. Hey, if you want to do Evil Dead at Christmas, maybe do it at Christmas. Give a little Christmas setting to it. That'd be new and different. But do like an LAX or a busy airport and say it like over the intercoms, like Condor. And also, there's a subway in aisle 3B2 next to the X-Wing. I don't know what people say in airports. Anyway, my point is this. An Evil Dead movie in an airport would be fucking wild because we've always seen them in contained spaces to really subvert expectations and change things up. To have a fuck ton of deadites and to have shit just going wacky in a place like that would be pretty fucking wild, I think. That's what I'd like to see. But you need a huge budget to do that. Thankfully, Evil Dead Rise is doing really good in theaters right now. Maybe not good enough to do like a Die Hard 2 type airport movie, but still. Michael said the movie was flames overall, good as 2013. I can't speak on how I feel about that because we haven't done a rating yet, but I did love it as well. My friend, I did. And Bronson Wrightwolf says, I've asked quite a few people this question. If you guys listen to Ozzy Osbourne, what's your favorite song of his to listen to on Halloween? Funny enough, we did a Patreon video where our buddy Richard sent us a fuck ton of metal CDs and we opened them up and there was a lot of Ozzy in there, but neither of us are very well versed on Ozzy. I don't really listen to much Ozzy, to be honest with you. And we grow up in a town that has Z-Rock 103 as the radio station, and like the only songs they ever play is like AC/DC and then Crazy Train and then AC/DC and then for some sick reason Jet, the band Jet, you know, are you gonna be my girl? Dun, 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 dun. Those are the only 3 songs they play all day long. So I got kind of annoyed at Ozzy at a young age, so I can't really answer that well, and I apologize for it. But it's a good question for the crowd because I'm sure there's a lot of Ozzy people in here. What happened to Ozfest, by the way? That used to be a huge fucking thing. Does that even still happen now? That horror couple. Hey, it's good to see you guys. Thank you very much. Says excited to be here for the Evil Dead spoiler party. Big fans of the channel. You guys are awesome. What did Dr. Loomis think of Evil Dead Rise? We love us some Wham, but we love us some you. And in no way is that weird. And I will tell Jay when he comes back so that he can get that for you as Loomis. Jonathan Gerardo says, I love the way your name just rolls off the tongue, just like the word butt sex. Just butt sex just comes out so easily. And so does Jonathan Gerardo. I hope that makes you proud, and I love your little picture. He says, sup, players? This one gave me nightmares. The mom was beyond maniacal, and the Deadites felt truly demonic. Rank idea, best horror duo, siblings, or miscellaneous. Like best 2, like buddy cop horror movie type idea. I like that. I do. I think this movie there will be people who see this, and whether they expect it or don't, this will be a movie that will fuck some people up. Especially people, I'm not saying you're not, who aren't really aware of how the Evil Dead franchise works. You're going to get people who take like their friends and moms and sisters and brothers and cousins and anyone that you have sex with at Easter to the movie, and then they're going to see it and they're going to say, I was not expecting this, and it's going to fuck them up for life. So that'd be entertaining. I want to take someone who's a non-hardcore horror fan to this movie and see if it fucks them up, because we all expected it.
It's called, in Kentucky, that's called Cousins. First Cousins.
Yeah, that's what I meant. Just a family Christmas, you know? But hey, somebody asked that horror couple wanted to know Dr. Loomis's review of the movie. And you want to catch up on the super chats real quick? We're at 8:58.
Okay, give me 1 second. By the way, thank you guys for joining us. There is quite a bit of you, and we appreciate a lot.
Thank you.
So 8:58. Was it that horror couple? Is 8:58?
That horror couple, and then just go from there. Yeah, I'll be right back. Don't get naked without me, because I won't.
Don't worry. Don't worry. So they say excited to be here for the Evil Dead spoiler party. Big fans of the channel. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. We try. Our wives don't like us. What did Dr. Loomis think of Evil Dead Rise? We love us some Wham, they say. Well, you know, I was watching it, and I was thinking to myself, there's a lot of depressed people here. A lot of assholes. You know, first off, they go to a cabin in the middle of nowhere to run away from their problems. One dumbass has issues, and she's sleeping all day. Instead of helping her and take it to for professional help, they're playing with goddamn drones. And then she kills them. And then you have a woman, her husband left her, probably because she smells like seaweed. And what did she do? She retreats into herself. I thought it was stupid. The whole goddamn thing. A goddamn book is vomited from the earth. This dumb shit kid reads from it. Demons come. Felt like I was watching a goddamn Biden administration move. Or Trump. I don't care. It was dumb. I didn't like it. Stupid. Anyway, Jonathan Jurado, thank you so much, says, sup, players? Did Mike read this one? No, I don't think so. This one gave me nightmares. The mom was beyond maniacal, and the Deadites felt truly demonic. Rank idea. Best horror duo. Siblings or mix. The mom was, yeah, she was extremely fucking scary. I don't agree with the Deadites felt demonic. I felt like there was too much CGI in some of it. The mom in the film was very scary, though. I will give you that. Best horror duo, siblings or mix. That would be a really good ranking idea, actually. Yes, we will do that, Jonathan. Thank you so much, man. Gaber says, I wish there was a charm in this movie, like in Evil Dead 2, to get unpossessed. Also, if this movie had slightly more humor, it would have been great. I agree. But again, I think it's really hard for them to inject humor. There was some humorous moments in the film, I feel, that they were trying to go for, but maybe it didn't land for some people. But I agree with you that more humor would have been fun. But at the same time, I feel like they want to make their own Evil Dead, and they don't want to be constantly compared to the Ash Williams Evil Dead, if that makes sense. So I feel like it's hard for them to do that. But yeah, I agree. I agree in some ways. Thor looks like a drunk dude. Thor! Thor looks like a drunk dude that just stumbled on camera. Oh shit, it's not. Okay, go away. Gary McDonald, thank you so much, man. He says, okay, so that's going to be for Mike. It's about something with Scream. I don't know. So I'll let Mike read that. Project Deadeyes. Let me make sure I get that. Gary McDonald. Okay. Project Deadeye says, hoping for an unrated cut on Blu-ray. Those seem to be making a comeback lately, a la Megan and Coca-Cola Bear. Yes, the Coca-Cola Bear was truly incredible, especially how he drank a Coca-Cola on the shores of Antarctica and he didn't die of frost. No, I know what you're talking about. Yeah, the unrated. Yeah, I guess there could. I guess there could be an unrated cut. I don't know, man. I feel like they put a lot into the goddamn movie. I don't know. I mean, maybe, but yeah, that'd be cool. Wade's Movie World, thank you. Says, hey guys, sorry I'm late. Had to reset my damn router twice. Hope you both do another unboxing soon. I sent you some more goodies. We will do that for sure. I was just up at Mike's not long ago, and we did the Cable Guy commentary, and then we did it was a horror movie short reaction. So no unboxings, but we'll definitely do it. If you send us some stuff, we'll do it. Thank you so much, Wade. 903. Gary McDonald says, is there any way you can find out if we'll get the iTunes extras for Scream 6 here in Ireland, as I'm starting to panic? You're not getting shit, Gary. Stop it. No, I don't know. That's another question for Mike. So, Gary, you have two questions for Mike. We appreciate you, man. Michael says, heard Final Destination 6 is going to Max. I don't know why. Well, I mean, I kind of get it in a way, because I guess Final Destination is, at this point in the Final Destination franchise, more people are just interested in how they die. So it would be like they don't care about the plot at any point. I mean, I remember watching, to me, honestly, after Final Destination 2, I could give a shit about the plot. Now I was just going to see the creative kills that they were coming up with. So I kind of get why they're doing that. Maybe they're thinking we won't make that much money if we put it in the theater. So we'll just go to stream and we'll get more of a bang for our buck. That's just my opinion. Sinister Creations, thank you so much. He says, agreed with Mike. You needed to head to the parking garage, but some of the neighbors could have built up more. Okay, that's cool. I don't like you for agreeing with Mike, but that's fine. I don't care. Your name is Sinister Creations. You're a sinister asshole. By the way, there's two questions here. I'm not going to answer them because it's more of your party. At 9:03, Gary McDonald asks, yo, Mike, I know what you're saying about the iTunes extra for Scream 6, but do you know if we'll get it on the 9th here when it comes out? Because it says nothing about it having iTunes extras in Ireland yet.
I don't know, but I do know this. I know it's a fucking tricky situation because I bought one of those. I think when Halloween Kills came out, I bought it on like Amazon or Vudu or some shit like that, or iTunes or something, and it didn't have the special features. So I had to buy it again and return that one on another app. But there's some Googling around you can do to find out, but you have to wait till it actually comes out sometimes. But the US version will be out by then, so you'll probably be able to look at those sites and see which ones have them. I know that people are saying that if you buy the bundle, which includes Scream 5 and 6, you can go ahead and get the special feetures now, as far as the featurettes go. But I don't know. But I know
you sound like an FYE commercial.
I'm a fucking nerd.
And then Gary McDonald also at 9:07. That's another one I wasn't going to answer it because I don't. Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you, by the way, Gary, for the fucking super chats. He said, "Is there any way you can find out if we'll get the iTunes extras for Scream 6 here in Ireland?" As I'm starting to panic. I fucking dude, you should. I mean, if they do they do them usually in Ireland? If they do, then you can ask on Reddit, or you can look on websites, or if you use a VPN. Here's a trick: if you guys use a VPN, you can go to other countries' websites, and maybe you can buy it early. I don't know if that'll work or not, but I'm willing to bet that it will be, man.
Don't you say something illegal? And that was it. And then I was caught up after Sinister Creations. So there's a few more, I think, super chats. Maybe, or that might have been the last one. No, that was the last one. No, it's not. No, it's not. God damn. You guys are awesome. Yeah.
Did you get this one?
No.
Okay. By the way, dude, they have Hard Dew here now. Hard Dew Extreme.
What is that?
It's Mountain Dew with alcohol in it.
Children.
We can have it all. It's
children. I can't wait to play Call of Duty being drunk.
They have the live wire too. It's pretty good, honestly. And it's actually got more alcohol in it than beer. It's like 5% alcohol. So it'll make you
5%?
5%. Yeah.
Holy shit, 5%. Dude.
Yeah, Dew only goes extreme. You got to do the Dew. He said, and by the way, you look like Trey from fucking Green Day when he was young, which is kind of fucking awesome. He said, haven't seen
that guy. He looks like Shia LaBeouf and Honey Boy.
Yeah, young, handsome Shia LaBeouf before.
Well, not Honey Boy. The other one. There was another Shia LaBeouf. The Peanut Butter Falcon. Peanut Butter Falcon.
I haven't seen that one. Was it good?
It's a good one. I liked it. Yeah.
I think I own it, but someone sent it, but I've never seen it. I haven't seen Evil Dead Rise yet, but I just watched The Curve with Matthew Lillard. Loved it. Cool 90s film, gave me Stu vibe. Loved you guys. I don't know if you've seen it, dude, or not, but I just put up a review for that like last week. Have you ever seen that, Shay? The Curve with Matthew Lillard in it? It's not about my dick.
No, the only curve I was interested in was when the college professors like everybody sucked and we're going to give the grade on the curve. I'm like,
that's kind of what it is, because it's basically the plot of Dead Man's Campus, because they're like, did you know if your roommate kills himself while you're in college, you get a 4.0 GPA the rest of the semester? So they plot to kill their roommate. But dude, it's literally Matthew Lillard's Stu character in the entire fucking movie. It's beautiful. Like it's the best. It's like an expansion Scream. It's not the movie's not good, but it's fun for that reason. I loved it too, man.
I've not seen it. No,
you got to watch it. It's so good in the whole. Gary says prequel to Army of Darkness, how they handled the Deadites before Ash got there and call it Medieval Dead. Dude, that's a sexy name.
That's pretty cool, man. Yeah, I wouldn't mind that actually, and that makes sense, right? Because we never got to see. I mean, the in Army of Darkness, they were all under attack already from the Deadites, but they were already living under that fear. So that's actually a really cool end, because you can make that prequel, and it doesn't need to have Bruce Campbell in it. And the end of the movie could be Ash like falling from the sky and having, I mean, that's cool, but I don't think they're going to go in that direction, because I feel like in some ways they're trying to distance themselves from the Raimi Evil Dead. So
yeah, but I'm with you, dude. If Raimi came back to do one, I think that's the quintessential.
Yeah, if he were, I mean, 100%. No, if Raimi came back to do the third one, I think that what you just said, Gary, would be 100% what he would do, or at least like he would consider it. And then he would fire you for like dare suggesting it in front of him.
Yeah. He'll sue your ass.
Yeah.
I'll put the system on trial. I actually think that Evil Dead above any other franchise right now has an open door. A whole new world. Like,
don't you dare close your eyes.
It can do anything. Like, they can go in the past, they can go in the future. Evil Dead 2099. They could do whatever, man. Like this franchise, all you have to have is the book, and the book's been around for centuries. So man, it's a writer's delight. Like, they can take that,
and they got 3 of them.
Yeah, it's such a cool idea for a franchise, man. Bronson Bright Wolf says, "What's your favorite Johnny Depp Tim Burton movie?" I'm asking about the movies they collaborated on together. Ooh.
Edward Scissorhands was really good. Corpse Bride was good.
Cheating. I'm looking at IMDb.
What else did they do? Did they do? Sleepy Hollow. I actually did enjoy that movie. It was kind of corny, but I did like it.
I was never a Sleepy Hollow guy, but I need to rewatch that. I don't think I ever sat through the entire thing. Definitely not Sweeney Todd. Didn't like that movie that much. It was all right. Damn, Johnny. It was like every movie was fucking Johnny Depp.
Well, no, I mean, Edward Scissorhands is up there. I mean, Tim Burton was involved in that. Like, that's like a huge one.
That's my initial answer. Is definitely Edward Scissorhands. I almost said Batman Returns.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he's totally in that. Like Johnny Depp was in the
Yeah.
background. I think you got to go Edward Scissorhands, man. Like what else? It's either.
But I did like the Corpse Bride too. But no, man, Sleepy Hollow was pretty fucking solid.
I actually hope that like they don't do any more things together because it's like I want Johnny Depp to do regular roles. He's always caked in white makeup doing some weird Tim Burton shit.
You know what?
See him be a regular.
When's the last time you saw Johnny Depp in a role like Nick of Time in the early 90s? Yeah. That was a great fucking movie, by the way.
Yeah, Nick of Time rules, man.
Yeah, it was really good.
Iron Baron said Donnie Brasco. Yeah, I mean Johnny Depp was fucking awesome in Donnie Brasco. It's just
he was really good too. I mean, he wasn't too weird in Secret Window.
I love Secret Window. Like I think that.
Well, I liked it, but I knew it was just a rip off of The Dark Half. Is the only reason why I didn't like it as much as other people did because I've already seen this goddamn movie.
Yeah. So we are at the point now where we can give our ranking of the franchise.
This is going to be short and sweet.
Yeah, there's only 5 movies, so I don't even have to pull up like the list and all that. We can just talk about it. Do you want to just give your ranking and then I'll give mine, or do you want to go one by one?
I don't care.
One,
I don't care.
Touch my dick and I'll fuck you.
Oh God, that sounds like the fucking opening to a Vegas strip.
Head by Dawn.
Head by Dawn. Little, like if come to Vegas. I'll touch your penis too.
That's when a bunch of single dudes go out to Vegas, like on the way, they're like, head by Dawn, head by Dawn.
Head by Dawn.
Head. I'm gonna change my battery. You give your 5th one. I'm gonna change my battery.
Okay, so so from the bottom up. From the bottom now we hear. Okay, well. Fuck, dude. I mean, to be honest, it's a little harder than I thought. I mean, and that's what she said. And I was thinking about this earlier today. I got to be honest, man. While I appreciate what they tried to do for the series, and it was unique, and it was different, and it was totally its own thing. I'm going to put Evil Dead Rise, man, as my 5. I will. I just feel that it just didn't have the same situation that it needed to have to really put it over into a category above 5. And I will appreciate that it was in an apartment complex, which was new. We'd never seen that before. That was really unique and different, and it was its own thing in that regard. But I feel like there was something about it that felt very. There were moments in that movie that felt very Universal Hollywood Studios. I don't know. It felt like more of a horror ride based on the Evil Dead franchise than its own. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but yeah, it's 5 for me.
This is really the tough one. Like this is the last place is the actual toughest, I think, more than any other.
Well, hold on. Before you say that. All these movies are fucking awesome on their own regard. Like, and there's not that, and they all bang. All of them bang. So, like Ricky, it doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean it's really shitty. But
she bangs. Oh baby,
yeah, Ricky Martin will come out later. Don't worry,
dude. Livin' La Vida Loca went fucking hard. I don't care.
That was I like that. I like that song.
Not a bad song.
I didn't know he sucked dick. That guy could have any vagina that he wanted. Like 100%. He's gay.
Good for him. Now he can have any dick he wants.
Yeah, so and he was in Menudo.
Menudo. Fuck, dude. The last place is really the hardest because they're all good movies, like you said. I have to say that I'm gay, and also,
I knew it. I knew it. See, Richard.
Fuck. Shit. Yeah, dude. This was
because I think you're thinking of the same movie I'm thinking of. That's gonna that's gonna. Circle that bottom drain. I'm gonna put Evil Dead Rise last as well. And again, no knock to the movie. Love the movie. Fucking 8 out of 10. Great fucking movie. But it just
There was one movie, and we'll talk about that in a second, that I'm fighting with because it's such an outlier. It's just, again, it had the least originality of any of the other ones. It's still great. It's still fun. It feels like it was inspired by the other movies so much that it was never really its own movie until that last act. So I can't really put it above any of the other ones as far as originality, even though I really fucking enjoyed it a whole lot. So yeah, Evil Dead Rise will be last for me, but with a kiss.
Yeah, it's got a gold star for sure. Heart emoji. You did really good. 2 thumbs up, and you're gonna get an A+ in the class. So
say our number
great.
4 at the same time together. Are
no,
you ready?
You go. No, I'm not gonna do it because I think it's wrong.
Oh no!
I think I have a different one.
Oh shit! Fuck.
Because of what you just said.
Well, shit. Tits.
Go ahead.
Birds and farts.
Go ahead. You go next because I already did mine.
My number 4. So you came, and now I get to finish however I fucking want to.
Yeah, put it in the butt. Put it in the butt.
I'm gonna say it's gonna be Army of Darkness is my number 4. Army of Darkness is so great. As its own movie, it's so fucking great.
That was not mine at all.
Oh no!
I'm glad I just said it out loud.
Yeah. Army of Darkness is fucking great, but it was easily in last place before this movie. I'll say that. Yeah. There is my next movie after this, and then there's a long drop to Army of Darkness, because while I love Army of Darkness, it has aged quite a bit, and I still love it, but it has aged quite a bit, and like it's fun. It's so silly. Like, the weird thing is it's ranked low. It's ranked in 4th place because of everything that's good about it. Like, everything I love about Army of Darkness just so happens to be every reason why I don't like it as much as the other 3 in there. Like, it's silly. It's funny as shit. It's corny. It's wild and crazy kids. I love the movie. It makes me laugh my fucking ass off. My favorite part in the entire movie is when and I'll never forget, dude, I watched this the first time ever with you, and I don't think I stopped laughing for the rest of the movie. You were probably like, "Oh, shut the fuck up," but like,
no, it's funny. You can't help it.
It hit me in the sweet spot, dude, when everything goes to shit and the skeleton's like, "Let's get down to it." Ah!
Yeah, dude, that's the best part. Yeah.
I fucking died, dude. But yeah, it's hilarious and it's awesome. It's just super dated, and it's not my wheelhouse. I'm not a fantasy guy. I'm not a time travel guy. I don't even like movies that go that deep into the past. But my favorite part about the movie is probably the very end when they actually show him working at S-Mart, and he's like,
"That's badass." That was a great,
like, fuck, the opening and the ending I absolutely adore, and I adore the rest of the movie too. But just for reasons I'll talk about in a minute, it's my 4th favorite.
Well, see, my 4th favorite is Evil Dead, the original. Is my 4th favorite.
Oh God, damn it, shit!
You know, listen. Sometimes you've got to cock back the gun and be like, "Old Yeller got to be tied to the goddamn tree to make room for growth." I got to do it, man. And listen, Evil Dead, the original Evil Dead, scared the fuck out of me, and it's still a scary movie. Don't get me wrong at all. It's still a scary movie, but it is a product of its time. It is aged horribly. It looks like shit for the majority of people that watch it. I mean, listen, I mean, these guys made this fucking movie on peanuts and hopes. It does, and they'll say it themselves. I mean, it took them like 4 years to make this movie, 3 to 4 years. I mean, it was just awful. Not the movie itself, just what they had to go through. The movie did. I remember, I was a kid, man. I watched this movie when I was like 11 or 12 years old, or even younger than that, maybe. My uncle rented this and Night of the Living Dead, the Tom Savini movie, and we watched them back to back, and it scared the fuck out of me. But there's something about Evil Dead, the original one, that Mike mentioned Army of Darkness aging badly. This one literally looks like a broken down fucking amusement park ride that no one has rode for a long goddamn time, and it is in desperate need of oil. But you still appreciate it for the nostalgia, and you appreciate it for being a marker for like what Evil Dead became. And to be honest with you, and to be fair, I don't even think that was Sam Raimi's true vision. I don't think you get to the true vision of Sam Raimi till Evil Dead 2. I feel like Evil Dead 1 was more of a placeholder. And as you see how the movies develop with Sam Raimi, I feel like he was like, I did what I had to introduce the story, but I didn't get to really tell my story until Evil Dead 2. That to me is the true Evil Dead. Evil Dead 2 is the actual true Evil Dead. But yeah, I feel like Evil Dead 1, man, as much as I love it and it scared the fuck out of me, I can't put it higher than where it is. because I love all the other ones. But again, I want people to understand we love all the fucking movies, all of them.
There's no wrong ranking.
You really can't go like they're all good. Yeah. This is like what we hoped as Batman fans. Like after Batman Returns, like there really wouldn't be any bad ones, but then unfortunately Batman, Joel Schumacher had some nipples. Someone sucked a dick later on a cod piece, but Evil Dead, all of them are good movies.
It maybe is the only franchise where there really is no wrong answer. I mean, there's never any wrong answer because what you like is what you like, and that's fucking awesome. I like people who are weird. Like, I think Rob Zombie's Halloween 2 is better than the original. I'm like, I love you because at least you bring forward the interesting conversation. But like, Evil Dead may be the only franchise. Like, even Scream, even though I think every movie is good in that, I think anybody who doesn't put Scream 1 at number 1, and I've seen people put Scream 3 as their favorite. I've seen people put Scream 4 as their favorite.
Somebody smoking crack pipes.
A huge laborious mortem thinks that Scream 2 is the best. Labia majoris. Those are the lips. Majority of the lips. They think that Scream 2 is the best. And that makes me crazy.
I would question whether they were raised by both parents.
I respect
in a church setting.
I respect it, but even with that franchise, I'm like, I judge it, I respect it, and I appreciate it, and I welcome it. But Evil Dead, dude, like literally, I put Army of Darkness 4th. If you put it first, totally get it. I can't argue. Like,
well, it is true. I mean, the Evil Dead rankings are so unique because it can go. There are so many different people that can actually come up. Like Scream is different because I think that the majority of people will say Scream 1 is it's legend. Like you can't get above Scream 1, but Evil Dead, I feel like and you don't always see this. Evil Dead 2 surpassed Evil Dead 1 in a lot of ways and improved upon the material and improved upon the formula. And you don't really see a sequel outdoing the original often. And in my opinion, it 100% did. But anyway, I'll go on my third.
I agree with Chris, by the way. I don't think I can make this movie.
Yeah, and you're right. Your thumbnail is perfect. Too many assholes. Too many assholes. I'll go on my third because so we'll do that. We'll back and forth. So my third, so my third on this ranking is going to be the 2013 Evil Dead remake. There's not much really to say about why. I mean, and it's so funny how this movie has come so far in the eyes of Mike and I because we shit on this movie. I think we shit on this movie quite a bit when it first was released. Yeah, we were drunk. And that's always the excuse. I didn't mean to hit you. I was drunk. So you shouldn't press charges and also not divorce me. That's not, that's the excuse we're going to go with. But the 2013 Fede Alvarez film was well done. It was executed very well. It kept the proper pacing that you expected from an Evil Dead movie. It had the proper amount of gore, and the soundtrack was on point. Yeah, like it did its own thing, but it was truthful and it was truthful and it stayed true to the overall core of what Evil Dead was all about. So the 2013, and I don't know what the fuck we smoked. I mean, I know we were drunk, but Jesus Christ, we were like being really harsh on this movie. I've literally watched the 2013 Evil Dead, to be honest with you, as much as I have watched like Evil Dead 2 and Army of Darkness. I always go back to it. I feel like it's such a great story and it's so well done. And the visuals and the way it's shot is so cool. Man, it's got to be number 3 for me. Is it 4? Yeah, 3.
Yeah. As Jay's publicist, I have to say that he has never struck a woman before. He was talking about his own dick, and I've seen him do it. He says, "Don't you talk back to me."
She's dead now.
I know I've had a lot of whiskey tonight, but you wake up.
I said it's like striking a girl.
Yeah, he hits his dick.
I said like. I didn't say I did.
When he gets whiskey dick, he hits it like Ash does Linda in Evil Dead 2. It's like, stop it.
I gotta control myself.
Yeah, I like watching it. I know. That was a joke. I
know, but we could be on the internet.
Yeah,
we could be on the internet.
We are online.
We're like, oh my god, Jay beat women.
Yeah.
Only the ones that deserved it. You stupid bastards.
Anyway, I'm gonna make people fucking mad now. I'm ready to upset people.
Mm-hmm.
My number 3. That was perfect timing. No, my number 3.
We open a beer.
And this could change over time. And like I said, there is no wrong ranking. My number 3 is going to be Evil Dead 2.
Oh,
yes.
What you say?
It is. And the reason is I have the flip-floppies. From you. If you listen to we just did a commentary for this on the Patreon. Buy that shit. It's in the link below. We just did a full commentary.
You said buy that shit like we're selling drugs. Buy that
it's
shit.
Cheap, dog. It's cheaper than a fucking dime bag.
It's true. It's not that much. You guys can sign up for Patreon if you guys aren't.
Yeah. And we leave you enough to buy your own joints afterwards. And here's why. It's I can't really talk about it until I get into the rest of the ranking, but Evil Dead 2 comes in 3 for me because I feel like it's either Evil Dead or Evil Dead 2 when you look at them. They're so alike. They're so the same. And when we did that commentary, my fucking dumbass, I think I had too much to drink because I kept going on and on about how I thought Evil Dead 2 was scarier than the first one, and like it freaked me out more. And the whole time you're like, dude, what the fuck are you talking about?
I know. When you were saying that, I was like, nah, man, I don't know what you're saying.
Yeah, I actually just really got mixed up in my brain, like 311. I'm all mixed up. I don't know what to do. I got really confused. But the truth is that Evil Dead 2 to me is like, I love it. It's fucking amazing. But there's only really one pure sequence that isn't in Evil Dead for me. And it's one of the best sequences of the movie. But when he goes hardcore and cuts off his own hand and all that shit, I mean, I got the tattoo of, like, I love it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not shitting on it. But like that one scene where the deer, which scares the shit out of me, and the lamp, and they do the Beauty and the Beast thing. And he's like, and then like that. But that scene to me, now it's different. They did different stuff here and there with it, but to me, that's the only scene that stood out to me as super special compared to the original. So I love the movie. It's like probably a 9.5 out of 10 for me as a movie, but that's why it comes in 3rd place for me. I'll talk about it more as we go through the ranking as to why, but yeah.
When I say like that, I feel like I'm playing Sean Penn and I Am Sam. Yeah, because I can make Starbucks coffee. Yeah, I can pick her up. Yeah. Okay, so my number 2. Dude, again, it's so weird to rank such a successful series and like say one, or it makes it seem like one movie is worse than the other, and that's really not true at all. These movies are all fucking good.
Yes.
So my number 2 is going to be Army of Darkness. I feel like at this point you fully come into the vision that Sam Raimi had for Ash Williams. You get started on Evil Dead 2, and Evil Dead 2 has got horror. It's more of a dark comedy type of movie. And we already know what my number 1 is going to be at this point now. But Army of Darkness is like the full character of Ash Williams. Like this is the realization of that character, and he's full blown. Who gives a fuck? Like I'm crazy. I'm Duke Nukem, bitch, with a chainsaw in my hand and a boomstick. and in fact, Duke Nukem stole lines from Ash Williams, and like that's literally the Duke Nukem character. I watched. I remember when I was a kid, dude. I remember this like it was yesterday. My uncles were going with their girlfriends to go see Army of Darkness the day it opened. They were going to go see Army of Darkness, and I was like fucking what was it, 93, whatever. I was a young kid, and they were that night they were going to go out and see it. And I'm like, can I go? I'm like, no, it might be a little bit too risky, scary for you or whatever. And they were all getting ready to go out. Like, remember back in the day in the 90s, it was like a big deal to go to the movie theater.
Oh yeah, I missed it.
Yeah, it was like a big deal. It was like, oh, we're all going to the movie theater. Like, that was a fucking big deal, right? Because that's before the internet and shit. And I was like, God damn, I can't go. But I remember when they rented Army of Darkness on VHS, and I watched that, dude. God, it was so. Again, even as a kid, I was like, this is the anti-hero. This is like the fucking Deadpool mixed with Punisher kind of guy. And that's what, Ash Williams evolved to. And I love that movie, dude. I think that, yes, of course, the graphics look like shit. It didn't age as it should have. But as far as like the storytelling and the comedy and the way that it hits, and especially how Bruce Campbell delivers those lines, man, like he created like he created a genre. Like Bruce Campbell himself, Ash Williams, the character, created a genre of that character alone. I like that's why it's number 2 for me. I feel like it's truly the evolution of Sam Raimi's character.
That's a fucking great point too. Like, even though we disagree on the ranking, the fact that it's full blown Ash, it has ascended into
it's like the fucking Digimon.
And that's that's the biggest disappointment as to why we never got to see Ash versus Freddy versus Jason, because like that Ash who'd been through all that shit,
beat that ass. He beat that ass.
That would have checked out for sure. So that's a great point. So I can talk a little bit more about why Evil Dead 2 is my number 3 now, because my number 2 is Evil Dead 2013. And again, for a movie and this is why I argue, like, don't drink before you go see horror movies, kids, because like it for me, it numbs the scares. And I think I was just in a bad mood, and I think we had way too many cervezas.
We had a lot.
Yeah, and there was so much hype going for the movie. So,
but we didn't give it a chance. By the way, we were like expecting an Ash Williams type of thing, and it
was a huge, terrible fucking job on our part, that movie that night. But Evil Dead 2013, the reason I put it above Evil Dead 2 is because I feel like you could, if you took or left Evil Dead or Evil Dead 2, you'd still be all right. Whatever your choice is between Evil Dead or Evil Dead 2, if you had to banish one, if you had to go live on an island and you can only take one, whatever your choice is, you're going to be all right. Evil Dead 2013, while it's a remake of the original, it's nothing like either movie because of the it is the perfect reason for an update. Like, you take a movie that had it brought all sorts of neat ideas to the table, and then you just upgraded it for now. And you actually all gas, no fucking brakes, like hit the pedal on it. So to me, if I had to take a top 1 and 2, it couldn't both be Evil Dead 2 and Evil Dead 1 because of that reason. So Evil Dead 2013, it was gnarlier than I think it even gets credit for. I think it snuck its way into theaters. It was so disgusting and so fucking perverse, you fucking perverts. It was gnarly as shit. It had some of the best kills of the franchise in it, between the needle stabbing through the glasses into the eye, the chick cutting her fucking smile open, just the disgusting, depraved shit in that movie is almost unmatched. If you take a movie like Evil Dead 2013, you'd have to compare it with like some shit that you don't actually enjoy watching, like fucking Cannibal Holocaust or some shit like that. Some shit that was just mean.
Well, no, because they killed real animals. Fuck that movie.
Yeah. Shit that's mean for the sake of being mean. Like, anybody can make a fucking movie and be like, I just want to make people sick and fucking hate it, and that's going to be the point of my movie. Yeah. Terrifier 2 did a good job of this as well, by the way. Respect to them by making it an actual good movie as well. But like, I feel like Evil Dead 2013 is one of those very few movies that actually works as a movie on its own, as a horror element, as its own, but is also one of the most extreme horror movies to date. And they melded that world so perfectly that I don't think there's a whole lot of movies like it. There's not a lot of comps to that. Whereas Evil Dead 1 and 2, they're both so much alike that you'd be all right if you took one away. So that's why I put it above. I have a hard time with it. It hurts me deep down inside, but Evil Dead 2013 is my number 2.
Well, that's a bold move there, Cotton. Let's see how it plays out. No, I mean, that's cool, man. No, the 2013 Evil Dead is amazing. I mean, you can't deny how great that movie is. But my number 1 is going to be Evil Dead 2. I think we all knew this was coming, Pete. We all knew it was coming. Listen, Evil Dead 2, I feel like it is, in my opinion, very distinguishable from Evil Dead 1. What you have in Evil Dead 1, you have a straight horror movie. There's no there's no dark humor with the character of Ash at all. Like, it's a totally different character. The way that Bruce Campbell plays that character of Ash, it feels like a different movie. This was meant to be a straight up horror film, and it comes across that way if you watch the Evil Dead. I
recall it was a horror film.
And someone jizzed in my pants. But yeah, Evil Dead, the original Evil Dead, was meant to be a 100% unique horror movie. When you have Evil Dead 2 that comes out, and maybe it was rewritten. I don't know. I mean, I don't know Sam Raimi, but he's a smart enough guy. He looked at Bruce Campbell. He's like, man, this guy actually can act. Like, he can do a lot of things I didn't think he was capable of doing. And I'm going to write some comedy lines in there. I'm going to make this character kind of more of a badass dude that's taking on the supernatural. And how would that be? A regular dude that doesn't know what the fuck is going on, and is, you know, immediately put in the middle of all this supernatural demonic activity. And I feel like, again, for me, I feel like Sam Raimi got his true vision with Evil Dead 2. I feel like he started out with Evil Dead 1 with the intention of just making a very basic horror movie. And then thinking about it, because actually the Bruce Campbell interviews have mentioned this several times. And I think Sam Raimi has brought this up. He's like, you know, they were limited by budget. They were limited by time. With Evil Dead 1, they had to just make a character that maybe wasn't fully fleshed out. So Sam Raimi had some more moolah in his back pocket and was like, man, I can do a lot more with this character. I think Evil Dead 2 Evil Dead 2 is what, for me, just immediately fleshed out the entire universe. Like, without Evil Dead 2, you don't have what we have now. You don't have the dark. When you think of Ash Williams, fucking Bruce Campbell, you don't think, except when you're like, you know, Hail to the King, baby, or come get some. You got to have Evil Dead 2. Evil Dead 1 didn't have any of those. Evil Dead 2 was the one that set the literal recipe. That was the goddamn Coca-Cola original recipe, and then everything that came after it was just trying to emulate that original formula. So, man, you know, that's why Evil Dead 2 is my number one. And to be honest with you, I was actually worried about. I would have put. There's some part of me that would have put Army of Darkness ahead of it, but Evil Dead 2 is the granddaddy. It's the originator of why I think personally Evil Dead is still successful today. Without Evil Dead 2, nobody gives a fuck. Evil Dead 1 would have been a fun fucking weird ass horror movie that everybody would have forgot. Evil Dead 2 is the reason why Bruce Campbell's a household name and the Evil Dead franchise survives.
I think everything you just said was 100% true, even though I disagree. But I don't disagree with what you said being true. I just disagree with that.
Why don't you just fucking go to the other side of the camp and fire?
I know. My number one's Evil Dead. It's the Evil Dead. The people when they Sunday Night Football. It's like the Ohio State. My number one's going to be the Evil Dead, and here's why. Everything you just said was 100% true.
But by the way, I just want to point this out before you get started. It doesn't matter because they're all fucking great.
Right. That's what
I mean, it matters. I mean, I want to hear your opinion, but I'm just saying, like, they're all great movies. Like, they're all great. I don't want to be like an asshole. Be like, it doesn't matter what you say, but they're all great movies.
I just think, in my opinion, that like you're both like. So Army of Darkness exists. So technically you do have Ash. So like that Ash, the Army of Darkness Ash could have come out of Evil Dead just as much as it could have came out of Evil Dead 2. Yeah, you had the extra story thing. The thing I knock Evil Dead 2 for, and the reason I put the Evil Dead above it, is because Evil Dead 2, while it was fun as fuck, had that been the first movie that came out, I think those comedic moments, those dark comedy moments would have actually taken you out of the horror. I think that Evil Dead has horror, a pure horror, a natural, like, it just feels authentic, more authentic than anything else in the series. And I feel like when Evil Dead 2 came out, watching it for me was just like, it was very confusing the first time because you're like, wait, what we're here? It's a remake. What's going on? Like it was fucking just kind of all over the place. Whereas I feel like the Evil Dead is almost, you could argue that Evil Dead's like fear factor, like the horror of Evil Dead, is almost in a weird way watered down by Evil Dead 2 because they made such a joke out of everything. Whereas Evil Dead could be, if Evil Dead 2 never existed, and I'm glad as fuck it does, but like, because I love it, but the Evil Dead feels like an Exorcist type of movie, like one of those.
100%. No, I get. Yeah, dude,
like,
fucking scare the shit out of you.
Yeah, you've never seen anything like it, and it had the over the top gore, and almost it was laughable in a way. Like, I can't believe how crazy and mean and fucking just awful this movie is.
I'm not trying to interrupt you, but no, I'm just adding to your point. The camera angles in that movie, and the way that it shifted suddenly, and the way that it was like unearthly, because it was low budget, fucking scared the shit out of you because you're like, this shit could happen. Like I know it couldn't happen, but it feels like it could happen. I don't know.
Yeah, and
it felt more real.
you're 1,000% right when you say you wouldn't have Ash without Evil Dead 2. Like, that is a fact, because that's the one thing Evil Dead's missing is like, you don't have that fucking, he's not Ash in that movie. He's kind of like, oh, gee, I just bought you this.
Yeah, he's just a dude.
Yeah, it's just some random ass fucking dude. So that is really special about Evil Dead 2. That's one of the reasons I'm glad it exists. But like, the reason if I had to choose between the two, I'd pick the Evil Dead is because there are so few movies in the world that actually are haunting at a core level the way that a movie like The Exorcist is. And I feel like the Evil Dead touches on that, whether it's like just the splatter gore of it all, like all the shit that's happening and all that, and like the darkness and the weird, strange vibe. There's like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the original. There is the Evil Dead. You could probably throw the original Halloween in there if that was the first one you saw and you'd never seen anything like it. You absolutely could.
Yeah.
But movies that are purely fucking terrifying in their own way, the way that nothing else is. And for me, Evil Dead 2 coming off of Evil Dead it can't have that original stamp the way Evil Dead does for me in my heart. And I just think Evil Dead's scarier. Like, the Evil Dead to me is way fucking scarier.
No,
and there's so few films in the world. There's a lot of films that make me laugh and that are wild and fun, crazy kids horror films, but there's not a lot of movies that truly fucking frighten me. And the Evil Dead, specifically before the Evil Dead 2 came out, truly was fucking frightening to me. So I just think that puts it a stamp above. But I mean,
but actually a few years ago I would have agreed with you, because it scared the fuck out of me too. I mean, like the Evil Dead, the original The Evil Dead, it's actually a very terrifying movie. There's no comedy, there's no relief in the film at all. It's just like you're in this impossible situation and then you have to survive. It's very fucking scary.
I think it depends on. Do you value fun over fear?
Well, that's what I think that what happened is that Sam Raimi probably never. Maybe he was thinking to himself, like, man, Bruce Campbell's funny. Yeah, like he's got this anti-hero thing going for him. I don't feel my full vision was coming out in Evil Dead 1, and then we got Evil Dead 2. So the weird thing is, I feel like Evil Dead 2 spawned a generation of fucking anti-heroes. I mean, I really do. I feel like Evil Dead 2 is responsible for a lot of cool shit that came out, Duke Nukem being one of them. But at the same time, without the Evil Dead, the first movie, you wouldn't have any of it. It's weird, man. I'm glad that we get to, like, here's the thing. It's so fucking cool. All these movies are great. All these movies are awesome. All these movies are great. From Evil Dead, the original, all the way down to the Evil Dead Rises movie, which we talked about. There's really no bad movie.
No.
There really isn't a bad movie. I think it's more of a disagreement or where did the character of Bruce Campbell, the Ash Williams character that we all know and love, come from? And what, in my opinion, I think without Ash Williams, the way that he is, you wouldn't have had an Evil Dead series. Because you wouldn't have, like, he had to be that way. But Evil Dead 1, if they never made another Evil Dead movie, would have been one of the fucking scariest movies of all time. I mean, not of all, well, maybe, because it was fucking scary. It's fucking scary, guys.
And also, I totally agree with Mad, who says Evil Dead 2 Ash is my favorite Ash. That's my favorite Ash, too.
Well, I think that's actually, but I feel like he's actually Ash then. Because in Evil Dead 1, he's just a guy.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, I feel like Ash is better in Evil Dead 2 because, he's like, again, in Evil Dead 1, he's just a dude. And I think that's why Sam Raimi remade the movie instead of making it its own thing.
Because he knew Bruce Campbell. He was friends with him. He was like, he's funny. But, you know, and I feel like he was just trying to make a generic horror movie. And it's weird, man. You know, I don't know how you, as a director, I've always thought about this. I'm not a director. I'm just saying, as like the mindset of Sam Raimi, was there ever like a conversation like, man, maybe we should just remove Evil Dead completely?
It's so
and just go with Evil Dead 2. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because it's like that really is the spawning point of the character that we want to present in films later on. And I mean, obviously it worked well because they did Ash versus Evil Dead. They did video games with the character of Ash. So do you ever think about that? Like if you're a director and you have this idea and then it comes out in a rough kind of patch way, like rough notes. And that's why I feel like Evil Dead is rough notes. Like you get the idea And then, do you ever think like he's like, man, I wish I could just go back and delete all that, like just delete the whole fucking movie?
Well, it's a classic case of like, okay, so we filmed this the first time and we didn't have any money, right? But then we filmed it the second time with more money, and the question is, was it best in that original form? Like
Yeah.
how many times have we done skits? We're like, we'll try it one time and we'll just kind of wing it. And then it's like 50-50 whether after we wing it and we shoot it 20 more times in the skit, sometimes we go back and the original, the funniest was the first time we did it. And then sometimes it was 27 takes later and my nuts are sore. Like, you know what I mean? And that's and both are true too. Like, I think everybody would agree that A, The Evil Dead is the scariest movie, but B, Evil Dead 2 has the best Ash. Like, I think everybody would agree with those 2 points. It just depends on what you
would you feel weird? Like, I mean, for us anyway, going back and redoing a sketch now, like our best sketches, well, you know, based on viewer count, it's Sundays with Michael. But if we went back and redid that fucking whole thing, it would be probably terrible.
And it wouldn't get nearly the views it did because
no,
that was
never.
Time. That was the time. Now 1,000 fucking channels have done that video 1 billion times.
Yeah,
they've literally remade the video we made. So,
dude, I feel like I'm just like I'm in awe, and like I respect the fuck out of Sam Raimi, dude. Like me and Mike, we've been in a situation. We had no money, nothing back in the day when we were filming our videos,
and we still don't.
No, we're still broke. I mean, listen, the IRS is gonna butt fuck me soon. But I'm saying like,
it's April,
there's a big old black cock coming, or a white cock, or whatever. It doesn't matter what cock, whatever color you want to say. It's a big cock. But I'm saying like, Sam Raimi's got to feel like king of the world. Dude, it's cool for him to get back and to make the character that he wanted to make. Because you look at Evil Dead, man, and most people be like, "That's good enough, man. You got other jobs. You got to go and, you know, that was the movie that sent you up there and got you noticed." And he was like, "Nah, that ain't good enough. I want to go back and make the fucking movie I wanted to make."
It's such a tough decision though, like to decide to do that. No, I'm just going to remake. I've always questioned that. Every time I watch Evil Dead 2, I go,
"It's 100% a remake. 100% a remake."
Yeah, I just want to be like, why did you do that? Like, I'm not saying he's wrong because Evil Dead 2 is amazing, but like, I'm always like, why? What was the decision maker that said he's at? Instead of taking the success this did, I'm going to make a sequel to it. He was like, I'm just going to remake the same movie and confuse the fuck out of everybody.
Yeah, like, it's weird, man, because back in the day before the internet, when you went to the Blockbuster or Hollywood Video and had Evil Dead 2, you're like, if I rent both of them, I'm going to get a sequel or a continuation. And then you watch the fucking thing back to back. It's the same fucking guy. And there's no, I was like, where's your people? Like what happened? Yeah, it's so weird, man. But, you know, good for him, man. Good for him to have a chance to make a movie that he wanted to make.
Yeah, he's one of my favorite directors of all time. I wish he'd stop producing shit and go back to fucking directing a little bit more.
What do you? I want to see Spider-Man 4.
I
actually do want to see Spider-Man 4.
I do too. And same thing with Fede Alvarez. Like, stop producing. Get your fucking ass behind that. Quit being. Get your ass out there. I thought he came out with another goddamn dog.
I thought he came up with another movie. I thought he was young. I thought he was like a young dude.
Fede Alvarez. He is, but he's producing a bunch of shit.
What an asshole. He's all relying on cryptocurrency and shit. What an asshole.
Goddamn millennial. Michael Part said, heard Final Destination 6 is going to Max. I don't know why.
I read that. Yeah.
It doesn't mean it's not going to. Well, actually, to be honest.
No, 100% it's going to Max, dude.
That's a bad sign in today's horror universe, because if you look at what's going on in the box office, every single fucking horror movie just about that comes out crushes it. So if it's going to Max, that kind of scares me. Like if they're like, oh,
Final Destination, dude, come on. I mean, you're going to go and see it for the kills only. You don't give a shit about the plot.
Also, by the way, Guy Busick, the writer of Scream 6, is one of the writers on the new Final Destination movie, and Jeffrey Riddick, who did the original.
No wonder it sucks.
Too, but
anyway.
You motherfucker!
You guys like a coffee?
Then fuck you with the drive-through. Sinister Creation says, agreed with Mike. It needed to head to the parking garage, but some of the neighbors could have built up more. The neighbors did go fucking. They were like, bing, bang, boom.
You're backwards, dude. I read that, and I said he was wrong.
Wait, what?
I already read that super chat.
Oh, you did?
No, I don't know. Maybe
Where
I didn't.
Am I going? Where have I been? You're right. You're right.
read that
I got too far up there. I got fisticuffs deep in my own butt. Prequel to we read that too. I went too far. I apologize to everyone.
It's fine. It's fine.
I'd like to remove myself from the channel. Gary James, fuck your mom, said
fuck a hooah. Fuck a hooah. Fuck a hooah.
Fuck a hooah.
Police
Fuck a
Academy.
me, fuck a you.
Oh, I love America. Police Academy.
On Creepshow season 3 on Shudder has an episode of Evil Dead. I got cross-eyed in my mouth.
No, dude, you went too fast. You went too fast. Just calm it down.
I can't help it. On Creepshow season 3 on Shudder has an episode of Evil Dead segment you might like. Keep on being awesome. Thank you, Gary. You keep being fucking awesome.
Thank you, Gary. Man, that's awesome of you, man.
We'll check that out, dude. Because I did not know
there's
that.
Yeah, okay.
On Creepshow on Shudder. Creepshow.
Okay.
Creepshow on Shudder.
We read that one. No, we read that one.
Fuck me in the ass. We're terrible at our jobs. Someone should replace us.
I'm helping you. I know we're that wasn't that one.
Here we are. Samantha Bullock says, just found your channel. You're awesome. Wanted to drop in before going to Camelot 331 stream.
Camelot?
I love your channel. I'm going here.
King Arthur better be fucking pulling that sword from the stone.
Thanks.
But that's cool. Thank you, Samantha.
I hope you had a good time at that other guy's stream, Samantha. You rule.
What the fuck do you guys talk about? Goddamn fairies and goddamn elves that live in the woods of Robin Hood?
Hey, this guy's better, but thank you.
No, he probably is. His name is Camelot 331, honestly, so he's definitely a king.
You made a good choice. Everyone should leave right now and go there. Sean Sheridan, thank you so much, buddy.
Sean Sheridan, Sean, thank you, but you did that drunk, didn't you? There was no message. You hit a button. You're like, fuck.
$1.
Yeah, he's like, I didn't mean to say anything, but I'm not gonna charge back. I should
scratch off.
Yeah,
it's on me. Bronson Wright Wolf said, "What are your thoughts on Eddie Murphy being in a haunted house?
In a haunted house or in the movie Haunted House?
Wasn't he in Haunted Mansion? He's not in the new
Haunted Mansion. Yeah, that movie sucks.
I never saw it. Did it suck? I thought people loved it.
No, dude. Well, your kids might like it. Ellie might like it. There's no fucking way as an adult you like that movie.
I thought people loved that movie. They are remaking it. The trailer didn't look bad, actually.
I hated that
honestly.
movie. You know what it was? It was weird. I think I was spoiled. Nutty Professor was so fucking good.
Yeah.
I thought they were gonna come out with more of that shit, and then
scream.
Yeah. You know, Daddy, they found the chicken skin has all the calories in it. You know what healthy is? I'll tell you what healthy is. Open to keep her ass one way because I'm confused.
Friday night at 8. I will not be late.
Yeah, and then the principal was so good. He's like, listen here, you fat tub of goo.
those are great movies back in the day, man.
Nutty Professor 2 is all right, but yeah, they are good. Dogma.
Dogma, great name, and also you kind of look like my spirit animal when I was like 18 and like mad at the world. Like you just have that look to you, like I don't give a fuck what the system says. I'm smoking dope in the men's bathroom. Says, hey guys, I can't stay longer, so I'm sending this on my break at work. I hope you guys have a good day. Hey,
thank you, man.
You have a fuck good day, Dogma.
Dogma, you look like a dude that would be in the Nightmare on Elm Street remake, and you're disappointed that she didn't stay awake.
Yeah,
and you're looking at her, and you're like, God damn it!
I guarantee you that man has had sex with 7 to 8 females, or whatever. He has sex. Hey, Dogma fucks. He slaps.
Yeah,
Chris. Thanks again, Sean.
God, Sean, get your finger off the fucking keyboard, you drunk. God damn, man.
Kyle, thanks, buddy. He says, what's up, guys? I just got back from a second viewing of Evil Dead Rise. Happy to catch the live chat. I hear Lee Cronin maybe make more Evil Dead movies. Maybe make.
We were actually talking about a third movie after the Evil Dead Rise. I don't know, but let me ask you a question here, Kyle. Would you rather have Lee Cronin coming back and doing a third movie, or Sam Raimi wrapping up the trilogy of the new generation of Evil Dead? I feel like I know what you're gonna say, and don't be a puss. Okay,
you don't say that.
You don't be a puss.
Don't say that. Don't give me hope. I agree. But we talked, as Jay said, we talked about that a little bit. I would be more interested in someone else doing it, but that doesn't mean I don't think Lee did a great job. Lee Cronin did do a good job.
We're just trying to get an interview with him.
Yeah. And Barb, who also does a great job at being a cool fucking person, says, for those of us that checked out during spoiler time, can you put something on screen that shows your rankings? I'm genuinely curious. Thanks, guys.
What? You checked out?
We'll just tell you. We'll just say it right now for you, Barb. Number 5 for me. Number 5 was Evil Dead Rise. Number 4 was Army of Darkness. Number 3.
See, you fucked up.
No, number 3 was Evil Dead 2. It's going to upset people. Number 2 was Evil Dead 2013. Number 1 was The Evil Dead, the original. And Jay's was...
Watch the fucking video, Barb. What the fuck? Go back and look at it. By the way, what the goddamn are you doing right now? Why are you asking? Barb, have a good day. Watch the video. I mean, what the fuck?
Jay's was Jay. I can remember yours.
I don't want to remember mine. No, I feel like people should watch the fucking video.
Evil Dead. She didn't want to hear spoilers, Jay. She didn't want to hear.
We didn't put spoilers in the goddamn video.
She doesn't know that. She doesn't know that. Don't you do Barb that way, or I'll put 2.
I think Barb looks very lovely in her starfish hair net thing that she's got going on in the park. It's very nice.
Jay's was Evil Dead Rise, Army of Darkness.
Nope, you're wrong.
It was Evil Dead Rise. Evil Dead. The Evil Dead.
My goddamn ranking
Evil Dead
for Barb was Evil Dead Rise, Evil Dead, Army of Darkness.
Say it or I'll break it off.
No, I'm sorry. Wait a minute. Fuck.
See? It's hard.
Stop. Wait. My ranking was Evil Dead Rise, Evil Dead, wait a minute. Hold the fuck. Hold on. Shit. Hold on. Evil Dead 2013, Army of Darkness, Evil Dead 2. That's what it was.
Yeah, Dirty Dan Media said, "What's up with Ash's bowl cut in Evil Dead 1?"
You shut your goddamn fucking mouth. That's what it fucking was in 1970s.
That was all the kids are doing it, Dan. Dirty Dan. Hey, you look like.
By the way, I look like fucking Leonardo DiCaprio in What's Eating Gilbert Grape. Listen, where am I at, Gilbert? Evil Dead 3.
Hey, at least
come find me, Gilbert.
At least it wasn't a mullet.
Yeah.
John Horside, who just got done opening for Papa Roach, said, "Came late, but I am here. Dead Island 2 made me late, damn it." Beavis voice.
Dead Island 2.
Dead Island 2 made me late, damn it.
Cool, man.
Is that a new game? That's an old game, right?
I thought Dead Island 2 was out for a while. I don't know.
That was very Ash Evil Dead, that Dead Island character, right? Because he could just put new shit on his.
Yeah, well, that and the one where the guy Dead Rising, very much.
That's what I was thinking of.
Dead Rising. Yeah, he went into a mall and he's like fucking people up. Yeah.
John, I want you to know I meant that as a compliment, just so you know. Michael Parton said, "Imagine how amazing it would be if Sam Raimi directed The Grudge."
You shut your fucking mouth, Michael.
He produced it.
I don't want that.
He produced the remake and it blew butt chunks. It blew chunky butt nuggets.
That would scare me. No, I think if he actually was directing The Grudge, it would be scary as fuck.
Yeah, it totally would have ruled. Hey, Jamie Wright, you fucking wiener hole. I mean that in a good way. Says, Jay, thanks for the Midnight Suns recommendation. I've been enjoying it.
Hey, man, awesome. Yeah, guys. Hey, man, I'm glad you're enjoying that. Midnight Suns. It's available on Xbox, PS, fuck Wii, but it's available on the 2 awesome consoles. Pick it up. It's usually on sale. Storm is the next DLC character. Are you ready for that? Are you ready for Lightning and Uranus? I am. Storm is going to be the next character, DLC. Right now it has Deadpool, Morbius, Venom, and then Storm is the last DLC character. It's a great fucking game. Totally not appreciated. Midnight, Jamie, fuck yeah, dude.
That's the most excited I've seen you in months.
I like it.
Sean says, please give me pee-pee. I want some pee-pee.
Yeah, Sean, get the pee-pee. Pee-pee energy.
Posey, or just wiener. Bronson Bright Wolf says, have you guys ever seen 1 Hour Photo? Insomnia as a night listener? I've seen one of those 3, and it was awesome. It was Insomnia.
You never saw 1 Hour Photo?
I did. I just
That's a great fucking movie.
it.
That's Robin Williams being a serial killer. It was really good. Yeah.
Ironically, he was also a serial killer in Insomnia.
Yeah.
That was Robin Williams, right? Yeah.
Yeah, he was in that one. Yeah.
Yeah. I've never seen a Light Listener though. But I've never.
No, stop.
I've never seen a Light Listener.
Oh shit. I like Jello pudding. Jello pudding is good. I feel like my fucking mouth is getting caked up with Jello pudding.
You're addicted to alcohol.
No, it's not alcohol. It's because I have a never mind.
That's what my problem is. Kyle says, I love
dental thing.
What?
No, I have a dental thing, but anyway.
You got a dental dam. That way when I fuck you, you don't
it's
get
kind of like a dental dam.
Kyle says, Jay, I'd love to see Sam Raimi give us Evil Dead 3.
Hey, I would too, man.
I would agree with that. I don't know why he was just speaking directly to you, because I care.
Because I said it!
Fine! See if I care. Go to Kyle the Golden Corral. I'll go to Wendy's.
Can I use your fucking discount card at Golden Corral?
Oh, and this concludes our broadcast day.
We're done now.
Kyle also said, "Have you guys seen Night of the Living Comet? Night of the Comet? Night that I came in Bob's ass."
Yeah, I think we did see that one in Bob's ass. I think we saw the comment. Yeah, no, Night of the Comet's a good one. I feel like it's fun. It's a little overrated, but it's a good, solid zombie movie. But yeah.
I've never seen it. So
you never watched that movie? It's pretty good.
No, stop judging me. Victor Zambrano, who drives what do you call those things in ice rinks?
What?
The things in ice rinks. The Zambinos.
Zambino.
They clean the
ice.
Yeah,
we're fucking
dumb. Fuck. Mm-hmm. He says, Mike and Jay, are you guys excited to see Michael Keaton back as Batman in the Flash?
No, fuck that. I hope Michael Keaton dies. He's the worst Batman of all time. I hate him.
Say that about Birdman.
Obviously, George Clooney is the best Batman. We all know that. So, yeah. Obviously, I mean, come on, guy. Come on, Victor. Have you watched our fucking trailer reactions? Get out of my face.
I was excited, but I'm starting to kind of think that movie might be a French fried turd.
Dude, you're wrong.
I hope I'm not. I mean,
you're wrong.
Your dad's wrong.
Yeah,
Nerd or Die said, I would love it if Sam Raimi came back, but if not him, then my dream director for erectile dysfunction is Alexander Aja. Dude, he would be the fucking best director of an Evil Dead movie other than Sam Raimi. Yes, yes, yes. Smack it up, flip it. Nah, I'm too cool for that. That would be perfect.
The fuck is he?
He did Crawl. He did the Hills Have Eyes remake. Alexander Aja, Take on Me. He did Hot Tension. Tension. No?
The Hills Have Eyes remake? No, dude.
That movie was fucking awesome. What are you talking about?
It was good. Dude, I know you're drinking because you look away.
No, I don't.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm looking at you. I'm looking at you right now.
It's not true.
I'm looking at you square to your eyes. I'm telling you, I love you. You're crazy. That's a great pick, Nerd or Die. Rootin' Tootin' Texas Tootin' says, one of you guys got a pretty mouth, and I ain't telling you which one.
That's fine. I don't need no goddamn situation report. What the fuck you is, Fox News?
Bend over, I'll show you.
Shut the fuck up here, Rootin' Tootin' Texan. I'm ready to get the goddamn out of here.
We're too drunk to taste this chicken or to continue the stream.
Hey man, this was fun though. I had a good time.
I had a blast. I had a good time. These are dangerous. All right.
What do you have?
Be careful. These Mountain Deers. These fucking Mountain Deers. The hard Mountain Deers.
Yeah.
You gotta be careful, Jay.
I'm gonna stick to my transgender beer.
That's not. You're not. Are you? Do you hate gays because you're not drinking Bud Light?
No, I've always drank Michelob Ultra.
That's true. It was the original gay beer.
I don't give a no goddamn who's gonna be on the fucking can. You got a dick or you got no dick. Fuck you.
I don't care. I like them all.
Yeah.
If you're pretty, you're pretty, and your skin's soft.
If I could afford the goddamn guns that Kid Rock had, I'd have them.
Oh fuck! Hey, we love you all. We love Bud Light. We love Dermot Mulroney and Mulvaney, Candace.
No, fuck X-Men, him. I don't give a shit about it.
Or
Bud Light's fine. I just like.
But what's
you
the
give me
name
that
of the fucking other guy? Not Dermot Mulroney, Dylan McDermott. And
McDermott from the American Horror Story. Yeah, Dylan McDermott.
Yeah,
Dylan McDermott's a sexual being.
And David Duchovny, who actually is a sexual being, actually too much because he had to go to rehab for sex because he liked it so much.
I gotta go to shit. Yeah. Why you gotta go rehab for that? God damn.
I said no. Bye guys. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight.
We gotta go away.
See you later. Good night.
Go away.